All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Supermarket Prep. I hope you guys are having an amazing morning. Hope you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. Good morning, Eamon. How are you guys today?
Good morning. Yeah, I'm doing great. Mother's Day yesterday. I hope everybody who's in an area where it was Mother's Day, because it's only North America, Canada and the U.S. celebrated Mother's Day. My son and his wife are in Scotland, and it was not Mother's Day. So, but if you're in North America, I hope you called your mom.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I had a great Mother's Day weekend. How about in Russia, Eamon? What's going on over there? Is it Mother's Day there too, or something different?
No, it's different. We had the Victory Day, 9th of May, so it was a different thing, different celebration, but still was a good weekend.
All right, so that matters. As long as it was a great weekend, that is important. Friends over on YouTube, welcome on a chat, also on X. Good to have you guys. Quick look at our gappers list brought to you by TradingTerminal.com. You can always head over there and get the latest and greatest tools. Right now, a lot more again news-driven market with open, not open, deal, no deal, and that is driving the way a lot of these tickers are trading today. We got a lot of stuff in the green, a lot in the red, and again, very familiar names that we've seen recently on our gappers list. So we'll dive into all of that, into some of the stories and everything else we got going on there. Eamon, let's go to you, man. Let's talk about our
Friday.
Our Friday updates from Friday, and then we'll get into what to expect today.
Awesome. So, guys, for those who missed Friday gave us one of the cleanest headline jobs reports we've seen in a while, and the market loved it. S&P and Nasdaq both closed at fresh all-time highs again, and we just got the sixth straight winning week for the market. We'll see if this week keeps it up or not. But anyway, underneath the surface, there is always something happening, right? And the story is a little bit more complicated. Let's start with the headlines. At 8:30 Friday morning, the jobs came in at 115,000 jobs added, and that's more than double of the 55,000 that were expected. Unemployment stayed at 4.3%, and the wage growth actually cooled a little bit. That combination is basically the dream scenario for the market right now, and that's why it had an amazing rally on Friday, and maybe it's going to keep it up today. The job's still growing, but the inflation pressure from the wages is slowing down. This is why stocks ripped higher almost instantly after the numbers came out. Healthcare, transport, and retail led gains in hiring, and I think the government and information jobs declined. So overall, this looks like a healthy report on top of everything, right? But then we have a small contradiction because while the headline looked strong, some of the internals, they were getting worse. The real unemployment rate, the U6 number, jumped to 8.2%, and that's the highest in whole 5 months. Part-time workers forced into those roles rose by a lot, and the labor force participation fell for the fifth straight month. So the market basically looked strong on the headlines and ignored all the weak details, and that's what's been happening for the last few weeks. We have bullish or strong headlines, and we have small negative headlines, and market at all-time high with all the momentum, with all the AI, keeps ignoring these weaker details and is running on the strong headlines. Now, at the geopolitical side, overnight the US forces they exchanged fires with Iranian forces. I think they disabled two Iranian oil tankers. Oil is back rising. And normally these kind of headlines should shake the market, right? But instead, I mean, the stocks just kept rallying. They totally ignored this. The market decided that these jobs reports they were more important than the shootings at the Strait of Hormuz, and that tells you a lot about the current sentiment, right? Right now, traders want to buy this trend unless these news become like impossible to ignore. We need like such big negative news for the market to finally dump. So, like I said, the headlines said the economy is holding up. Small internal parts telling us that the market is slowing down, but the markets for now chooses these positive headlines over the negative ones.
All right, excellent, man. And then for what to expect for today?
Okay, so this week is a bit quiet on the data. I think we had the most impactful earnings back on the previous week and the week before that. So I think this week is going to be orbiting around two things, Iran and NVDA. Uh, I think that's basically the whole story. At the open, Iran is still the first variable that could move the market. You remember that US forces fired on Iranian oil tankers on Friday. But despite that, both sides are still saying that there is ceasefire and it's still alive. The Pakistani mediators are still involved, the proposal is still on the table, and the market is watching every headline so closely because one positive update can drop the oil quickly and give us this momentum that we need this week to make new all-time highs. And one negative headline can do the exact positive. So before traders even look, at the charts every morning, they usually go and check what's happening on the Iranians headlines, right? Now on the earnings side, like I said, the most of the big mega cap names, they already did the earnings. AMD reported, Apple reported, Microsoft, Meta, Amazon, all of them are done. This week is more of like a transition week. I think from the big names we have HIMS today, which is not that big to be fair, and OKLO could be interesting on Tuesday. But I think the market is already looking ahead to NVIDIA's earnings next week. And that will be the next true market moving earnings event. Revenue expectation around 72 billion, which is like insane itself. And remember that after AMD's blowout quarter, the expectations for NVIDIA are even higher right now. Um, Economically, I think the biggest number of the week is CPI, that it's going to be happening tomorrow morning. The inflation is expected to go from 3.3% to 3.9%. And if inflation goes hotter than expected, then the rate cut narrative could be back in play. I think on Thursday we will have the PPI, retail sales, and jobless claims. So nothing much happening this week. Peter is going to update us on all of that. I think this week it's going to be mainly about waiting for CPI, waiting for some Iranian headlines, and Nvidia could actually be on fire and could be one of the main stocks to watch during this week.
All right, sounds great. Thanks, Eamon. Yeah, let's go straight to you, Peter, on what can be happening as far as the U.S. economic. Where's your screen on the U.S. economic
It should be there.
calendar?
Is it not there?
I can see it. I can see it.
Yeah, I don't have it here. Okay, let me see if I could reset it. But give us what's happening while I bring this up.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. The only thing we're looking at is home sales, existing home sales, and that's the big number for today. That's at 10 a.m. So expected to see about 4 million, just over 4 million existing home sales. And of course, the market reaction is going to depend on whether the number comes out higher or lower than that, or right at the number, in which case probably not much will occur. But yeah, existing home sales is the only number for today. As Eamon pointed out, it's a little bit quieter this week in terms of the economic data. We're really going to be looking for the news, anything interesting that's coming out of the world, whether it's good or bad. It's likely to move this market. And like Eamon was just talking about some of the inflationary forces that are happening out there. I felt like I ran into it headlong this weekend, as yesterday was Mother's Day, and I said, I better go get some groceries and I'll fill her car with gas. So I went and got gas, and then I went to get groceries, and I have this basket with me. Do you guys, like, when I shop, we put our groceries in these baskets nowadays, right? Because they don't give you bags anymore, so you can't have bags. So you got to put them in these baskets, right? That you take and put in the car, and it's not that bad of an answer, but I got groceries, and I didn't think I bought all that much, but I got 3 of these. Now, I'm a pretty efficient packer. I'll give you that, right? So I was able to, pack all my groceries into 3 of these containers. How much did that cost me? $350. Like, I remember when I could get an entire cart of groceries for $100. I know I've said this before, but I am not I'm not a price sensitive shopper. Like, I buy groceries and like I don't even listen when they tell me the price, or if I go to the automatic checkouts, I honestly don't even look at the number. Like, I just I'm in a fortunate position. It's not like I have to manage my budget against it. I don't care. It costs what it costs. But I for whatever reason yesterday when I was buying groceries, I was actually looking at the prices, and like my wife and I were talking the day before, and we said, it would be nice to have some burgers, and what if we had some burgers that we could just throw in the freezer and keep? And we used to buy, when the kids were young, like frozen burgers. They come in a pack of 8, right? And you just put them in the freezer, you take them out. They're not bad. They're not great, but they're not bad. Anyways, it's okay. Anyway, pack of 8. I'm like, I was looking at the price. It was $27. I'm like, wait a second.
Wow.
Hold on. Like, I remember when these were like, I remember them being $8.99, and I know more recently they were like maybe $13 or $14. But
yeah, like $12. This is what you get.
I'm like, what the? So then I started looking at the other prices of things I was buying, and I'm like, these are twice the price of what I had in my head, like what I'm remembering. Like, inflation is real. I know I'm late to this game. Everybody knows that. I mean, if you're price sensitive, you've been suffering this for a while. But I just I don't know. I just woke up to it yesterday. It feels like, and it was blowing my mind. I was looking at the sticker price on everything, and I'm like, what the heck? What is happening? But and I don't know. It struck me, like, even a chocolate bar. I was trying to buy some dark chocolate, and it was like
it's
$8.99 for like a decent chocolate bar. I'm like, I know this used to be $3. Now I know chocolate has gone up because there was a problem with chocolate, specifically the cocoa plants. They had an issue about 2 years ago that they said was going to inflate the price of chocolate. I guess I'm seeing that hit now, and I don't know. I guess I feel like I had an awakening yesterday when
you should never look. Peter,
but I mean,
never
just getting gas and groceries. I'm like, I did nothing, and I spent $500 yesterday.
Yeah,
like
it's
I didn't buy anything. Anyways, it's just
Welcome to the real world, Peter.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I know. I get it. I'm late to the game, but I said it's normally I just put the credit card on the thing and I buy it, and I'm like, whatever. I don't think about it. But anyways, it was very funny that
100%. And my wife is more price conscious. I just go and buy. I go through the list. You want whatever, I'll get that. And she's like, you got this one when this was the same thing and it's $3 less. I'm like, all right, listen, I'm not looking at the price, but she's like, she doesn't want to get ripped off when something is exactly the same and it's just got a different brand on it and it's charging $3, right? So she's aware of that stuff. I'm a horrible shopper when it comes to that, but yeah, Peter, it's expensive. It really is, All right, so there it is. I think I got your screen working now, so that's our U.S. economic.
There
calendar.
you go.
Yep, so
there
we got
it is.
And we'll see at 10.
So there you go.
Again.
Home sales. We'll update that at 10 when the numbers come out. So be aware of that. But that's the only number for today. And speaking of things being expensive, you know what's really expensive? Semiconductor stocks this morning.
Yes.
Semiconductor stocks this morning. What the heck? Well, guys, we need a plan. What are we going to do?
We need them to split, man. They got to split. This is, we need 150, 200, sub 200 is okay. I mean, this something thing is not working.
Well, the gap on AMD this morning is almost $9. The gap on Micron is $30. I mean, that's more than Micron stock was valued at not that long ago. And that's just a gap between where it closed on Friday and what we're seeing this morning. Now, it's crazy. I mean, remember way back when, in the Wayback Machine, when we were talking about AMD maybe breaking 700 all of like 4 days ago? Yeah. Well, now it's a $775 stock. Like, it's just crazy. It's great. If you've been swing trading this, you're a happy camper. You're buying the caviar.
Oh yeah.
The heck with prices.
Absolutely. Um, all right, let's get to it, friends. Gappers list massive today, both green and red. This is just a lot going on this morning. Very similar names that we're used to. We got a couple that are high flying today. MRAN, which we saw last week or the week before, back up here, 34% this morning. Monday, that must be earnings, 26%. We never see these guys do anything. And then we have some other ones on here we'll get into. So let's do the top few, and then we'll get into what might be gapping up on earnings and everything else. All right, let's start with MRAM this morning. This is up 34%. If you guys remember, let me remind you here the daily. Forget this thing has been in play all last week, even the week before. It's when it started. And look at it go here, Peter. Is continuing with a pop now of 38%, 1.9 million shares traded. This is a low flow sitting at 18 million. You can see right on here, 18 million shares float. I mean, the fun is just not over Friday. Friday continuing today. Looks like it's ready to go some more, Peter.
Yeah, MRAM is Everspin Technologies. They're benefiting from the announcement of a $40 million contract with the U.S. Department of Defense, specifically with the Navy microelectronics program. So one of their core products is these radiation-hardened, non-volatile, high reliability chipsets. And of course, you can imagine that's very coveted in military applications. So yeah, they've got a sort of, I mean, $40 million contract for most large tech companies, large semiconductors would be nothing, right? But this is a company with only about $57 million worth of annual sales. So a $40 million contract secured with defense is big. So yeah, so they're gapping up nicely this morning. Look, I was just talking about the other semiconductors because we know the big boys in play, right? AMD, Micron, Intel gapping higher this morning. Of course, NVIDIA with its forthcoming earnings. Those would still be my go-to. MRAM is definitely in play this morning, 1.9 million shares traded, but I still don't like it quite as much as the main characters in this space. So if you like the bit players here, you want to trade the underdog, then MRAM might be your candidate. But it's going to be, in my opinion, a little more challenging to manage the moves.
Yeah, there you go. Clearly in play, guys. Let's see how well it trades. I did throw it under the popcorn ticker because I love this daily. This daily's been just on fire, and it looks like the fun is going to continue. Pre-market, you got some activity sideways for the most part with a big range of 39 to 33, so low 32.70. So let's see what it does. We'll come back to it a little bit later. Heading back to our list here, guys, is Monday.com. So Monday.com doesn't trade very well today. These guys are up 25%, almost 26 this morning. And it's a stock that we see 4 times a year, Peter, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
And it's usually when it's earnings here, up 25%, 525,000 shares traded. Maybe today could be the day. People are using Monday.com, it looks like, Peter. They're not building their own AI Monday.com software yet. So this is still somewhat making money.
They still seem to have a good market position. Yes, and I got to give their marketing team credit. Sometimes the marketing teams fail on the simple stuff. This is one of the simple things. You've got to release your earnings first thing on a Monday morning if your company is Monday.com. So credit to them. This is what they do. They always release their earnings on Monday morning. And yeah, they beat their revenue. I mean, this is still, a modestly sized company, we'll say. They've been doing some heavy advertising over the last little while, but they delivered $351 million worth of revenue and significantly overperformed by about 24.5% on their earnings at $1.15 a share. So that's good news. They're gapping higher here. Like you said, it's not that easy to trade though. So if for a tech company, I would have hoped it would trade better, but my experience in watching it is it's not worth the time, unfortunately. And we have about 500,000 shares here traded on what is an average daily volume about 1.5 million shares. So like I said, probably not worth the time. But like it's the one of 4 days a year when we see it.
Yeah. Again, won't have it on my list. I'm sure there's other things we could look at. I do love the gap up though, 25% closing this gap here from back in February. It's almost there. Again, looks interesting on daily wise. Maybe if you guys bring it up later, if it looks any interesting, we can take a look at it. But right now we're gonna skip it. Let's go to the next one. HTCO this morning. Not that much volume. Big gap up, 18%. Only 289,000 shares traded. So that's not gonna cut it. Weird daily here. Look at this massive move up. Not so long ago, man.
Don't let this fool you. Don't let this fool you. Okay, so this is one of those. This is called High Trend International Group. It's a marine shipping company out of Singapore. They just completed a 1,000 to 1 reverse split on their stock. So, Carlos, you want the semiconductor stocks to split? These guys went the other way. Their stock, that means their stock was worth, a sixth of a penny. I mean, less than a penny.
Not even. Right? Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
It was like half a cent per share. And they basically did 1,000 for 1 reverse split. And yeah, I mean, it's it's up, it's down, but you got to keep in mind, previously this would have been like, unrecognizably small moves on the stock. So yeah, I'm not going anywhere near this thing. If you want the definition of risky low floats, this is the one. This is it. So
yeah, and it'll keep dropping. You'll see. It'll keep dropping. It'll find its way back to 6 cents again somehow. So again, please be careful, guys. This is not tradable. As you've seen, the big gap up today, 18%, and there's no volume. There's literally no volume on this one. Flow is sitting at a 1.6 million shares flow. One that's making its way up above our scanners here is BZH. Let's take a look what's happening here. Another one also up 34%. Beezer Homes USA up 34% with not a whole lot of volume, less than the one we just looked at, only 203,000 shares traded. I'm always concerned when these stocks are high flying like this and they got low volume. This is 24 million shares flow. Again, I just don't see anything tradable here. Be cautious. That's a red flag to me the minute I see it. So don't like it. Won't be having it on my list.
If you're a little concerning, if you click on their website, I get the request is blocked message. Like I can't even call up their website, beezer.com. But anyways, it looks like there's been a bid put in for them. They're popping because another company called Dreamfinder Homes has made a $704 million bid for them. So that would, I don't know what that price per share is, but that certainly would be a premium. You never buy a company without putting a premium on it. That's why it's popping up. Still, these home builders are always virtually impossible to trade. So not looking at it any further.
Yeah. We'll leave that one alone, friends. Not tradable. Let's do one more here. In just about a minute, friends, we're going to have our good buddy Jared engineering the markets over on our chat room. If you want to join that, Peter's going to let you know how to do that. You can head over to bearwithtraders.com. We'll give you all the details a little bit later. But actually, we'll switch to him now. We'll let him do his thing. He's going to be joining over in our chat. He's on every Monday through Friday now. So Fridays are on board for him. He fires up his station and gets ready to go. So we'll chat with you guys a little bit later. We'll continue here with our friends over on YouTube and X. All right, let me just disconnect here. Let's see, the next one here is BW is the next one on here. The list is shifting on me a little bit, but BW now is the next one. And man, just the low floats. Let's go back to this thing here. Look at the low floats just taking over the gappers list here. 18, 24, 41, 1.1. So very, very low float tickers to lead the way this morning. BW is no different. These guys are sitting at, actually BW is a little bit higher, 99. The first one is actually not a low flow here. 99 million shares float. We do have some movement here, Peter. I personally don't like it. 651,000 shares traded. Daily looks messy, very choppy, algo, overlapping back and forth. It just looks weird. Not a fan. What's your thoughts?
I'm just reading their website actually as we're going through this because Carlos, these guys are hilarious. This is another one of these companies that I absolutely love where they, they're gonna do what they have to. to make sure they get attention. So, look, this is a company called Babcock and Wilcox, and which just sounds old school, doesn't it? Good old Babcock and Wilcox. Anyways, they had earnings. They beat on revenue, but they're only talking about $214 million worth of revenue. But they missed on their bottom line as they've overspent in the quarter. What I love about them is that if you go to their website, Babcock and Wilcox, they are an industrial equipment company. And if you go front and center, they talk about AI data centers, power generation solutions for data centers, power generation solutions for data centers. Babcock and Wilcox has consistently risen to the challenge of finding a better way to generate power. Blah blah blah. We can help you. We can. The rise of artificial intelligence and machine learning has created a proliferation of needed devices. Blah, like all the language you would expect to say. What do they actually make? What is their business? They make boilers, like boilers. You're like, you know how you generate energy from boiling water? Like they make boilers. So, but man, I give them like full credit, man. Marketing has won another company where marketing's done a great job. So yes, you're if you want an AI enable your company and make sure that you've got the power to do it, look for Babcock and Wilcox to supply all of your high-tech boiler needs. I love it. I just love it, man. Anyways, it's a great business, but I love the marketing. Anyways, all right. Everybody wants to be in the AI game, no matter what you do. Like, you're gonna make twist ties, and you're gonna be like, we are the most high-tech twist tie solution for your AI data center. You want to make sure your cables, when you wrap them up, are together competently. You need Peter twist ties. Anyways, I love it.
Excellent, man. All right, friends, there you have it. Oh man, nothing coming off this gap up list for me right now. I do have MREN here, which I think is a popcorn ticker. They got the volume, they got the gap up. They've been doing it for a couple of days now. They actually have some news behind it, so we'll see if that continues. Everything else has not looked great. So I'm gonna stop here. I see some other tickers like Sony. I mean, these guys just don't trade well. But yeah, Peter, let's go to you. What do you like off this gap up list today? Any earnings you might be wanting to share with us this morning?
Yeah, like I said, there's so much stuff on the gap up and gap down list actually. But for the gap up, the bigger earnings, fortunately, are gapping up this morning. We already talked about a couple. How about Circle of Internet? Remember those guys? CRCL. They're gapping up this morning, despite a mixed quarter. They don't have a long publicly traded history as they're relatively new. We've been trading them since they were first introduced as an IPO, not that long ago, frankly. And they missed on revenue in this quarter. They only delivered $694 million worth of revenue versus a $715 million estimate. But their earnings per share, they over delivered at 21 cents versus the 18-cent estimate. So that's sort of a mixed picture. I'm actually surprised that they're gapping up. They're using the same buzzwords now. At least they are. They're a tech-based company, so they've introduced a new AI-powered USDC developer tools as part of their toolkit. They've got new token allocations in their network. So I mean, anyways, they got a whole bunch of new stuff that they're touting out there. So this sort of fell out of play. The first month maybe that this traded, it was really quite interesting. It was a fun trading stock. And then it sort of just got normal. And when you just go normal, then there's other normal things to look at. So maybe this will be in play today. I don't know. The volume is still held up pretty well. It typically gets about 13 million shares. It's traded 4.5 already this morning. So I think it might be worth plopping on the secondary list and just see if it does something fun today. Another one that had earnings that worth mentioning, completely different business category here, though. CEG, Constellation Energy Group. So CEG, and they are just a power producer. Well, not just, but they're a power producer in the U.S. They had some good numbers. They're a utility, basically, and they actually, they had some acquisitions that they successfully integrated, managed to beat their revenue and hold their bottom line, which is usually a challenge when you're doing acquisition integration. So, so they're doing okay. Not something I would probably try and trade because the volume is just under what would put it on our list at only 179,000 shares. So yeah, I'll be looking past that. One that we haven't talked about in a little while, but I notice is back on the list this morning, Carlos, is Hims and Hers Health, which was always popping up because they were doing these deals with, on again, off again with Novo Nordisk. And do they sell Ozempic? Do they not? They had other products. They had some issues with products. They had hair growth products that were causing deaths and stuff, and then they had they recovered from that. Anyways, it's just been fascinating on Hims. They are reporting after the close today, so their earnings are after 4 p.m. So they might get some movement heading into earnings. Normally I would say on the day of earnings you avoid a stock because it doesn't do much, but it seems like that's changed. And a lot of stocks the day of earnings, they reposition for where people think they're going to go. So Hims has had a fair amount of good news. I would say the good news has overweighed the bad news in the last quarter. If you look at their stock price, it's been a little sort of choppy. So I think that they could anyways pop higher here. We'll see what it does today, but it is gapping up about 4% right now on decent volume at 1.4. So something you might want to take a look at. But from a gap higher, I mean, other than, of course, the other ones that I've already talked about, I think the semiconductors, it's interesting. There's a little bit of divergence, like NVIDIA once again is not following along, but Intel, AMD, and Micron, right? Which would be sort of the big three right behind NVIDIA in terms of market cap and size, are all gapping higher, but moving a little bit lower since we started the show here this morning. So we'll see what they end up doing. But to me, they're absolutely in play as they usually are. So
Yeah, that's usually probably going to be another tech type day as we look at these stocks. It's just been so well in play. All right, excellent. Let's take a break here and let's go to AIM and let's go to you on some of the stuff you have prepared for us. We'll look at some of the social polls that's taking place there, and then we'll look at our feature story for today.
All right, guys. So here is the contradiction the market is dealing with right now. On one side, the bulls are saying the economy is still holding up better than people think. Scott Clements basically said that one jobs report doesn't create a trend. And if we get another couple months of solid numbers, the confidence will come back quickly. But the bears are looking deeper underneath the surface. Austin Goolsbee said the labor market is stable, but not actually healthy. Hiring is not improving, layoffs are not exploding, and everything is just kind of frozen. And Diane Swank took it even further. She said people who already have jobs are afraid to leave them, while people looking for jobs are struggling to find full-time work. The U6 unemployment rate jumped to 8.2%, and almost 5 million Americans are working part-time, not because they want, it's just because they can't find full-time jobs. At the same time, the market keeps ripping higher. Mary Ann Bartels said that the S&P could hit $10,000 or maybe even 13,000 within 3 years if AI spending keeps accelerating and Iran conflict cools down. So that's the real question this morning. I mean, the S&P is near all-time highs. The oil is still above $100. The labor market looks stable on the surface, but it's still weak underneath. And the CPI comes out on Tuesday. That's a summary of what's going in the social today. Now let's go to the featured story. So the headline number looked good. On Friday, we mentioned that 115,000 jobs added. Unemployment stayed at 4.3%. And at first glance, that sounds healthy. But when you look even deeper, the labor force participation dropped for the fifth straight month. That means more people are leaving the workforce completely instead of looking for jobs. The employment to population ratio also fell to the lowest level since 2014 outside of the pandemic. Now think about it. That's a really huge turnaround around here. Now, if you look at part-time workers, 5 million Americans right now have this part-time job, not because they can't find full-time, not because they want, it's just because they cannot find full-time jobs. This number jumped by almost 450,000 in 1 month. Technically, they count as employed, but that's not the same thing as a strong labor market. And another interesting piece here is the information sector. The information sector lost 13,000 jobs in April. Since late 2022, it lost more than 340,000 jobs total. That's basically at the same time where AI tools started going mainstream. So inflation also is expected at 3.9%, while the wage growth is at 3.6%. So basically, the CPI comes in hot tomorrow. The real wages go negative again. In simple words, like Peter said, people earning more dollars, but those dollars can buy you less, right? So overall, if you go through the headlines, you can say that the number or how well we're performing is somewhere around 7 out of 10. But if you go and dive deeper into everything that's coming around, you can rate it maybe closer to 4 out of 10.
All right. Thank you, Amy. I appreciate that. Friends, let's get to it. See what's gapping down on this gap. It's brought to you by TradingTerminal.com. So far on my list, as we discussed, I only have MRAN, so nothing there yet. I know our usual suspects is going to make up a big part of this once I get to it. But let's see what we find that's outside of that. Again, that usual suspect being led by our semis, which are just crushing. Not just semis. Apple. You saw Apple last week and some other ones that are trading very, very well, getting a lot of volume, everything hitting all-time highs. So there's a lot of tickers that are making their way to becoming very active and must-watch type stocks. Let's look at the first one here. IREN this morning. We are getting a big move. 6.9 million shares traded. Look at this drop coming in here to the pre-market. Start at 7 a.m. Looks planned, looks news related, could be earnings, not sure. Peter will let us know in a second here. But we are dropping 8.7. Tons of volume. Look at the daily on this one. Normally we don't put this on the list. Today could be the day where they're actually in play. Peter, I am loving the pre-market on this one this morning.
Yeah, it's our least favorite news. However, it's a secondary offering. A big one though. $2 billion. $2 billion secondary. So that's why they're topping our gap down list here as you issue that much debt. Well, I mean, it's cash for them, but it creates I guess a commitment to the market. These are convertible senior notes that they're issuing due in 2033. So, yeah, that's a big secondary, and the stock is dropping as a result.
Yeah. All right. There you have it. Yeah. Don't love that news. It could. This one is so big and gets so much volume, Peter, that it could probably still trade well. But
yeah, it could.
Yeah,
because it was in play outside of this, right? Like
right,
it was in play last week, and yeah, I mean, I think it still could trade well. I don't know what to expect though. I mean, it didn't trade all that great on Friday, despite being in play. So, yeah, I'm skeptical though.
Yeah, gonna throw in a second there. We'll come back to it. If we gotta take it off, we'll take it off. But man, I love the volume we're seeing here this morning. All right, let's start with Sandu or SXNDU this morning. These guys, Sanadu actually is the name. This guy's been wild, man. Look at this daily here on April, up and down from $10, $8, all the way to around 42ish, and then right back down in a few weeks or so to 14. So it's been around. It's been around quite a bit, up and down here. Today they're gapping down 6%. Not that much volume. It is a low flow stock sitting at 4.2 million shares flow. So you got to be very, very careful with it. What's your thoughts on this one, Peter? Anything good to see here?
I don't think so. I mean, they jumped up on last week because of some news. They also announced Friday that they were launching, or it was being launched, an ETF for Xanadu. You know, we said like there's an ETF for everything, because you can often, if you want to sort of buy stocks at a leveraged price, like Tesla's got TSLS, right, and TSLS, and then NVIDIA's got one. Well, Xanadu has got one. So XNDU is the stock. XNDX will be the two-time leveraged ETF. I don't know why these guys need an ETF. It's the price, the stock price isn't that high to begin with. However, they're going to have one. It doesn't look like it's available yet, but the announcement of it is causing some movement in the stock. Carlos, I don't think this is going to be particularly in play today. I don't love it myself.
Yep. Agree. We'll keep it off the list here, friends. Let's take a look at MOS. MOS this morning, we are down 5.5, 734,000 shares traded, and looking pretty rough this morning. As far as trading, we've seen this one in the gappers list before. It does not trade very well. I usually end up keeping it off. Today they have a nice gap down the daily, so you can see a little bit of movement, more volume at 700,000. Normally they don't trade a whole lot of volume throughout the entire day, but today, if you like this ticker, could be the day that you have it in play. It's getting massive flow, 315 million. Peter, what's the news behind it? Maybe that can make it more interesting for us to look at.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's going to make it more interesting. They had earnings. Their revenue beat. They delivered 3 billion almost exactly in revenue, and but they missed their earnings per share. So it's just an earnings play. And this is again, Mosaic Company. They are the agricultural products. So it's not the great business, very important. Not this type of stuff that. Oh no, agricultural products is where they're listed. Actually, it's a mining company. They seem to deliver potash. Okay, there you go. So that's why. Mosaic Mines produces and distributes millions of tons of high quality potash and phosphates. There you go. So
yeah, all right. No, I don't expect a lot out of that one. So looks better today than most days. I think if you like it, put it in play, but I'm gonna keep it off my list this morning, guys. MRVL is next here, and MRVL we're down 3.5 on this one. Marvell Technologies, and at 1.3 million shares traded. Look at the run in the last couple of days. I mean, these guys has just been crushing. It started around March. They didn't really get going until about April, though. That's when you started seeing the ramp just take off here. The stock was $90 just in March. We're sitting here today at 600 and I'm sorry, not 600. See, NVDA and MMU got me messed up with these big numbers.
Whoa.
We're sitting here at 163. All right, not everything is $600, Carlos. At 163.66 is the price here. But man, what a daily they have had. What a run. And today they're gapping down, giving some of those earnings back.
I mean, they could be $600 at some point. Who knows? But they're not
you
there
never
yet.
know. Not yet.
They're not there yet. Yeah, I think, like you said, it's just sort of a natural pullback after a lot of the gains that they've had. I don't see any news on the company one way or the other. So I don't see anything unique going on.
Yeah, nothing special here, friends. Let's do one more, then we'll hop around. Again, I'm probably gonna fill my list with a lot of the usual suspects. That's the stuff that's been hot. That's the stuff that's been in play. We saw even Microsoft last week do very well. I see PLTR down here that people do like to watch and trade. I see Oracle. I mean, it is a tech world, my friends, for sure. Last one here, CRML. And now that I'm typing the ticker, I know this is a critical metals ticker, and they don't trade that well. So, I don't see anything exciting here. They're gapping down from moving up in the last couple of days, hitting 14, rejecting a couple of times here, and heading back down. They're doing the same again since last week. So, Peter, I don't see anything exciting here. Probably not going to be on my list. I'd rather watch other tickers, Tesla, AMD, MU, that I know are going to give us MP to try to get some revenge on, but not this one.
Yeah, I agree. CRML is waiting on news. They are they're in the middle of an acquisition between them and European Lithium. So I don't think we want to sort of sit waiting for this. It could be tough trading. It could move, and it could move nice and aggressively, but it could be either direction depending on how the news comes out. So I just think you want to wait for the news, and then maybe you can take advantage of it then, but don't try and front end this, because the news might not happen for another week for all we know.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
100%. All right, let's stop here. Peter, we're not coming off a lot from our gappers list. Brought to you by TradingTerminal.com, friends. Head over there. You can always find tools like this one, Market Atlas, scanners, and much more to get you started in trading. And if you're an experienced trader, we got those too, advanced tools as well. So take a look. But Peter, not coming off a lot from this list. Anything you like gapping down this morning?
I mean, some of the stuff we were looking at last week, I noticed is gapping down, like SoundHound, SOUN, FLNC. Remember them? They were one of the high flyers from last week. They're gapping down this morning. So we see a couple of those things that are just losing ground. But you would expect that, like we said, normal movement of stocks. I noticed that the entire quantum sector is moving together this morning. Again, QBTS, RGTI, QUBT. All of those sort of quantum related, so IonQ even, which was also in play last week. They're all just gapping down together. Nothing major happening, but a little bit of a move down. TTD, another one that we were looking at last week that just couldn't catch a break. They gapped down heavy on Friday. If you notice, they actually made a recovery on over the day Friday, but are gapping down about 2.7% again this morning. That's TTD if you like them. I don't like the way they trade. I watched it out of interest Friday, but yeah, not something I'm recommending that you trade. One that I noticed just happened to make our list this morning, Carlos, is American Airlines. It's down 2% here at $13. I mean, it had a good rise last week.
Yep.
Yeah, I know that's upsetting to you because you weren't able to get in at the $9 you were looking for, or just under 10 anyways.
Yeah.
But there was some, I guess, some airline news over the weekend. I think it was yesterday. There was a Frontier jet that hit and killed a person who was on the runway when the plane was taking off. Like, I don't know they don't know what the heck the person was doing there. They believe it was a trespasser. They say it was not a worker, as I guess all the workers at the airport were accounted for. But they refused to release much information on it right now because then a fire broke out in the engine. So they're not sure if it's related. Was it incidental? Was it? I don't know. But anyway, so a Frontier airline, they aborted the takeoff, by the way, and everybody on the plane was safe. The only injured person was the dude or guy, I assume, person on the runway. Anyway, so that's tragic, but nobody quite knows what they were doing there. Like, you got to be purposefully there or super unattentive to be on the runway when a big jet is taken off. Like, you can't not notice it.
This is not crossing the street in the middle of the night. Like you got to know where you're at. Now it's
like
I always question everything now because you don't know what's true and what's not. I mean, everything is just question everything. So I want to believe this guy's a worthy news source. This is Houston Channel 11. I want to believe they're worthy and not AI related. You just don't know now. Everything's questionable. But this gentleman, they show the video here. Look at this, like an infrared, I guess, night camera they have to see if people are, trespassing. I guess is the way they could tell, right? Because you can't see at night. These airports are really dark, right? And this is the video that they have. But yeah, he's just casually walking. Like, you got it. These lights from the airplanes, by the way, they're bright. I mean, they're super bright. They'll blind you. He's got to see that's coming. There's no way you don't miss that. Yeah.
So anyways, so I'm not surprised. I thought we'd see more of the airlines down heavy this morning because, whenever stuff like that happens, it gets people nervous about flying and airlines. But I mean, this has nothing to do with the plane, frankly. This has everything to do with just some guy wandering on the tarmac. Like, anyways, it's just weird, just a weird situation. Obviously tragic that this person lost their life, but again, like you said, Carlos, you see the lights, you hear the jet. There's no way you didn't know the plane was coming.
What's up with this guy? What's going on with this?
When you played that video,
I had to go back. He still got his neck pillow. Now this they got to start. Peter, they got to start fining people for taking their luggage, like their full-on luggage, dropping on the slide. Like, you got to start punishing these people. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to get off the slide. God forbid it was a real fire inside. People are actually dying. And you're over here opening up your overhead to take your luggage out. You got to be fine. That's ridiculous. I see
Well,
people.
it could have been at his feet, Carlos. Maybe he had to pull it out to get his feet
No,
out.
book
I
bag
don't
is
know.
okay. Book bag is okay. I'm talking about the people that are not him. People that are actually with their Rolo
Oh,
or
okay.
bag jumping
Oh yeah,
down.
yeah. If you got your
I'm like,
roller bag,
you
yeah,
got this.
then
People, I saw videos like you got to get fined. You shouldn't be doing that. God forbid it's a fire and somebody passes away because you're smart. You know what? Is opening up the bins to take out your bag. Like
mm,
what? No,
mm,
unacceptable. That's my small little
mm.
rant for today. All right. But there it is, friends. There you have it. Peter, anything else as far as the gap down goes?
A couple of companies that are gapping down, both eBay and GameStop are gapping down slightly this morning. Just some interesting news over the weekend. If you remember last week, we had talked about the fact that GameStop is making an unsolicited bid for eBay, despite the fact that eBay is 4 times their size. And people are sort of questioning where the money is going to come from. This weekend, online, of course, they were joking that the CEO of eBay, a guy named Ryan Cohen, the CEO of GameStop, was going to be paying for the acquisition by selling things on eBay. So he 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 did. He had an existing eBay account. I'm not sure if he did this just to grab the headlines or what, but he posted a whole lot of stuff. He posted a square of carpet from a GameStop store. He was selling an old GameStop store sign. He was selling, like, I don't know. He was selling a whole bunch of like weird stuff, and he was selling some like used Adidas socks that got a high bid of like $17,000 or something very strange like that. Like, I'm like, why? I don't understand. Anyways, but eBay is just a marketplace for all sorts of weird things. And anyways, and then his account got suspended, and they weren't really picking on him. They do have a rule that you can't post more than $50,000 worth of stuff in any given week, and he broke that rule. So that his account just automatically got suspended. But of course, he went to X and then posted, "Hey, look, they've suspended my account, and I'm the CEO of the company that's trying to buy eBay." So it was just some weird news. Of course, he had posted something like $136,000 worth of stuff, or that was the latest bids before his account got suspended. And they're saying, like, you're not paying for a $45 billion acquisition by selling $100,000 worth of stuff on eBay. Like, it's a drop in the bucket. And so, I
Yeah.
mean, it's got to be some sort of PR type stunt that he was pulling here. I mean, he's sort of known for this. If you look at his background, he's done a lot of sort of social memeing media stuff to in the past. So I think this was just a cry for attention. I guess I'm giving him the attention. So here you go.
There you
But
go.
anyways, I just
You're getting the attention. You're getting it.
I'm feeding his needs. So anyways, I just thought that was just a weird story. So there you go.
Now,
So if you're
this guy Ryan, is he's like the founder starter of GameStop? He's been there forever, or is he?
no
What's the deal?
no
Okay,
he bought
okay.
in he bought in when it was sort of memeing and
Hmm.
and he was one of the causes, aside from Roaring Kitty, that helped it go sort of viral at the time. So
Okay.
yeah,
If
but
I ever start any type of company, I want the financial people that run GameStop. I want them running my business. I'll pay them whatever they need. These guys have managed
yeah.
to
Now,
survive this dinosaur. It's a dinosaur. GameStop is a pure dinosaur. They managed to survive this company, and
yeah.
somehow they still got real estate space. They're still alive. It's awesome. It's awesome. They're doing something right.
Now, also interestingly, on GameStop, on the other side of the coin, I guess Michael Burry. Do you remember Michael Burry? He's
Yeah.
the guy that sort of was famously first identified the subprime mortgage issue, and features prominently. Christian Bale played him in the movie The Big Short. Anyways, he's sort of been an icon on Wall Street for a long period of time, and he's like, yeah, don't confuse, I can't remember, innovation with intelligence. I'm paraphrasing. It was something like that. So he's basically saying, sure, it might be an innovative or a unique move for GameStop to try and buy eBay. Doesn't mean it makes any sense. And he basically got out of all of his stock on both companies, and is throwing a little shade there, saying, yeah, he's
Mm.
basically saying this is a dumb move. So, I don't know, right or wrong. It's just there was some news going on on these two companies.
All right.
So yeah, if you want to trade those, they might be in play today because of that. Non-tradable news. The other thing that I thought I would mention for everybody, it's 9 o'clock because we got to get Eamon off. But before he goes, I just want to mention the biggest IPO because both Eamon and I have talked about this in the past. The biggest IPO to hit the street is going to be this SpaceX. Everybody agrees, right? It's currently estimated to be a $1.75 trillion IPO. By far, it would be the biggest IPO, and it will create immediately one of the biggest companies, right? Publicly traded companies in the world if it does IPO anywhere near that. And people have been positioning themselves against this for a very ever since the suggestion was made. And as I had on the slide here, the interesting thing is that the NASDAQ looks like they may be helping the IPO. So we had sort of taken an informal bet in the chat room as to when do you think this thing was going to IPO? And my gut was, I said September. Like, I just think September, they'll go for the fall. Plus, they've got to get everything in line and all their investors lined up. Well, over the weekend, it was sort of revealed that NASDAQ is going to try and fast track, give them some special dispensation so they could fast track the IPO process to potentially IPO as early as June, which would be next month. So it may happen faster than I anticipated, and I'll lose that bet then. And look, I probably should have thought about it, but I did not anticipate NASDAQ fast tracking their processes. But everybody wants a piece of this, right? So the earlier they get it onto their platform, the earlier, frankly, they get to benefit. So it makes sense for NASDAQ to try and make things this grease the wheels, right? They're going to try and ease this transition to publicly traded as quickly and as effectively as possible because it's to their benefit, right? It just increases the utilization on their platform, and they're going to love that. Like, the volume is going to be through the roof on this thing. It's going to be a fascinating stock to watch once it IPOs. I don't know if you want to trade it those first couple of days because it's tough to tell. Is this thing going to skyrocket, pun intended, or is it going to crash and burn? Also pun intended. So, you just don't know because there's so much pre-market demand. Is it going to be overvalued? Is it going to be fairly have all the buyers sort of exhausted themselves? Like, I think there's enough hype that this thing is just going to go a lot higher and then probably see a drop after the first couple of days. That's the typical pattern, but there's nothing typical about this. So who knows? We're just all watching. We're waiting. Once they give us a date, then we can worry about, going to trade this. But yeah, it's going to be fun one way or the other.
Yeah, so. I think so too. I can see a lot of people buying in a little bit and then waiting 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks, right? Usually IPOs drop, but again, this is so out of the box. It's going to be exciting. Who knows what's going to happen? All right, Eamon, let's go to you, my friend, with the fun fact of the day. What do we have going on for today's action?
Well, a number that we've already talked about since November 2022, the information sector has lost 342,000 jobs. And why does that matter? Because the November 22nd is the exact month the ChatGPT was launched publicly. Now, obviously, the AI is not the only reason, but it's becoming harder and harder to ignore the timing. The most AI exposed sector in the economy has now lost over 340,000 jobs in 30 months, right? And the interesting part is this data was hiding inside the jobs report everyone called strong. Now to the history part today, and it's actually a perfect for this conversation. Back in 1997, IBM's Deep Blue beat the world chess champion Garry Kasparov for the first time under the normal tournament match conditions. Kasparov, he was so furious, he accused IBM of cheating and he asked for a rematch, but IBM refused and shut down the machine. Now, if you think about it, at the moment, chess on your PC, on your phone, can beat literally every human alive. And nobody is going to debate that. Nobody is going to say, no, that's wrong, or it's not gonna, or that's not true. This is why this AI jobs discussion feels important. Maybe we are living through our own deep blue moment at the moment. Uh, the first clear signal of something that could be way bigger that people still don't fully believe in yet.
All right, looking at that, May 11th in history.
May
Okay,
11th,
awesome.
yeah. I remember, I remember that. I remember that whole discussion when the whole, the big,
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
it was a big deal. Everybody was sort of watching it, and that was long before the Magnus Carlsens of the, of the chess world were around, right? We're talking Gary Kasparov. I mean, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time. In any event,
Yeah, that's what
there you go.
computers
This
were
day in history.
just coming out, and yeah, 56K dial up. I
And
mean, yeah, it was fun. It was fun, if that. All right, friends. Thank you, Amy, so much. We'll catch up a little bit later at 11. Amy's going to join us again, with Kyle taking us through that hour. But for now, friends, we kind of dissected our gap up and down list this morning. There's not a lot that I'm coming off here that I love, so I'm going to go back to some of our usual suspects, like the AMDs, MUs, and some other ones that we have on here. But before we do that, let's take a quick look at what you guys have on deck. So I'm looking on X, I'm looking on YouTube. Give me what tickers you guys like this morning. We'll pull them up and see if we could find something that maybe we haven't covered yet. Poet. Corey, let's start with you. So Poet this morning, let's see here. We are up 12.4. This one has been pretty active. Let me remind you guys what the daily looks like. In April, we ran up all the way to 15, slammed back down to 7.6, and then it came back up to 12.31 this morning. So it's been up and down here. The volume on this one has been great. So right now we have a 3.9 million shares traded. It should be on our gappers list. It is. There it is on our gappers list as well. Not a low flow stock, sitting at 90 million. It's exciting. It looks good. Looks like it wants to maybe retry for some of these recent highs here on the daily. Might add on a popcorn. I mean, is it a
Yeah,
popcorn or a secondary? What are we thinking, Peter? Or is
I
it a
don't
none?
know. I don't know. I don't. I have not traded this. I haven't watched it closely. It did make good moves on Friday, but typically, I mean, the volume has really picked up over the last couple of weeks. So I think maybe it might be worth putting on a secondary. Just keep an eye on this thing to see what it does. They also have a leveraged ETF. Again, seems weird to me that the $12 stock needs leveraged ETFs. This is the second one this morning. Remember we had Xanadu and now
Yeah.
Poet. POEL is going to be the leveraged. Oh, look, this one's actually available. So, and it's 2-time leveraged here on Poet, and it's more expensive.
It's more expensive. That's
It's
weird.
50
Usually it's less.
$55.
Yeah.
That is weird.
Interesting.
That is very strange. So, anyways, so I don't quite get. I mean, are they anticipating the fact that Poet is going to sort of skyrocket in price, and therefore the leveraged ETF is going to provide value? I don't know. I mean, at this point, being twice the price, that means it's going to go up twice as much compared to every dollar on Poet, right? Or let's see, it's 4 times the price right now, and if it's 2 times leveraged, yeah, it's going to go up faster. So I don't know. It just seems odd. It's a little backwards. It's bass backwards compared to what we normally see. So,
Very
but
strange. I don't think we have seen
yeah,
something like that, unless it's like a different class division. We never really seen it this way. So interesting. I Poet itself, it looks great. I think the volume looks good. I'm not sure whether secondary now. I'm gonna throw in the secondary. We'll come back to it. But it does look interesting. I don't think it belongs in the primary for me personally, but for you, whoever mentioned this core, I think it was. It could be in your primary, man. If you like the way it looks, and if you see something great, call it out to us. I see Intel being mentioned. I was talking to Ben here on X. Intel is one of these companies where, again, kind of late to the AI party, very late to the AI party, but they're coming in with a bright Michael Jackson red jacket with the buttons, Peter. They're coming in with a bang in here. So they're really making a splash, man. These guys are rocking. Look at the daily on here in the last couple of days from April 30th, looks like. No, March 30th, at beginning of April. Just rallying nicely. So now, unfortunately for me, it's a stock that I just don't trade well. I do feel like I'm missing out on it. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Everybody's trading this thing. I see everybody taking their 1-minute ORBs and just crushing it. I'm gonna put it on my list, but it's not my go-to, Peter. I know for you it's the same thing. It just trades a little bit weird,
yeah,
but we
it
cannot deny
does.
this thing is in play.
Yeah, and I feel like Bank of America is playing games here. So the
Mm,
only news really for today is that Bank of America sort of changed their rating a little bit on it, meaning that they actually reiterated they think that the stock is going to underperform. Okay, so All right. So first accept that. So Bank of America says, yeah, we said before it was going to underperform. We still think it's going to underperform. Again, look at the daily chart on it. You got to say, Bank of America, are you okay? Are you sure? All right. Anyways, but they said, all right, fine. However, no, remember, it's trading this morning at $131. You can see it right there. They said, okay, fine. We're going to raise the price target, the price we think it's going to settle at, from $56 to $96. So they say, okay, it's only going to drop from the 130 it is now back to 96. So they raised their target price on it, but still think it's an underperform. I don't know. All I can do is ask the question I just asked. Bank of America, are you okay? Because I'm thinking, you need to rethink a couple of things, because that just that just doesn't
might not
seem
be
right. So anyways,
right on this one.
Yeah.
All right. So there it is. Speaking of Intel,
there's a couple moving in the sector. Sorry, Carlos, a couple moving in the sector. You mentioned Intel. I noticed someone else in the chat here mentioned Qualcomm. Qualcomm, Stephen Wong was mentioning Qualcomm. It's another one in the semiconductor sector that it sort of had a weird situation where they're gapping up this morning with the sector. They also had they got sort of an upgrade from one of the analysts, raising their price target to $225. Again, it's trading at $240 this morning. So, okay, nice of you to say that it's going to outperform, but you expect it to hit $225. Again, all of these are so. Anyways, analysts. Never mind. I'm not going to get going. Moving on.
Now, I always think about the analysts, right? They got their numbers that they put out, but they're looking at all just data and what the EPS and all this other stuff for the company's financials. Is that the number that these companies should be, and everything is just AI bubble inflation? How much frost? What is it, Peter? How much frost?
Froth, yeah. How much beer and how much froth?
How much froth is in here?
That's a great question. I mean, that's the eternal question that we've got to try and figure out in the markets. But again, what drives me nuts, now you're getting me going. I said I was not going to. But what gets me crazy is, when you get an analyst that said, okay, we're going to raise this to an outperform. They say Qualcomm's going to outperform the market, but then they set their target price below the current price. How do you outperform but expect the price to drop? Like it sort of doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's a little bit off there. As Peters tell us, Bank of America and all the analysts, get off my lawn. So there we go. Yeah. All right, friends. QCOM, MU, everything just rocking here, guys. Look at MU going for 800. I'm going to put some on my list just because I want to be part of history as I watch this stock. But there's MU rocking 795 is the high. And that is your all-time highs for it this morning. What else, friends? I see NVIDIA being mentioned. NVIDIA not doing so much right now. It does got the volume, 2.9 million shares traded. The daily has come back pretty nicely here after it dropped all the way down to about 195 or so. Has recovered. I think it's worth watching. I'll put this one here on deck. Another one I see being mentioned is AMD. So let's take a look. AMD also not doing a whole lot. I had a blockbuster week, literally week. I mean, they gapped up big here on the 6th, shot up on Friday. I mean, this is an incredible week. I don't know what that. In fact, let's find out what that weekly chart looks like. We'll go over here, and yes, look at that. That's just an awesome week. Just insane. So I think we have to watch AMD. I know this semis. Oh my God, it's all semis. It's all semis, Peter. I mean, this is just what it is.
Well, and your point, like if you look at that weekly chart and zoom back pretty much as far as you want, like it is without exaggeration and without any argument, it is by far the best week AMD has ever had. Just in terms of price appreciation. Right.
This is not normal.
I mean, you can't argue that. It's the biggest candle on that entire chart. Now, it's maybe not the biggest week from a percentage increase, but certainly from a dollar increase, right? Because I'm sure early on, right, it's easy to grow large percentages when you're a $10 stock. It's a lot harder when you're a $400 stock. But still, in a single week, they basically added $100 onto their price, and they've never done that before. So
Oh
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah, it's funny as I'm putting this into a weekly. I have not looked at an AMD weekly calendar chart or an MU weekly. This doesn't look right, man. This looks kind of scary. You're right, guys. This looks
Hmm.
very bubble like. Like I have not. We're so into the five
Yeah.
minute, the 1 minute.
See.
I'm not zooming out. I'm not trading. I'm not swing trading this. I'm not looking to swing trade it. But once you start putting this on a weekly, if you're like an analyst, an investor, or managing a fund, you're like, what the heck is happening? This does not look normal
Yeah. Like if
at all.
exactly if you're doing trend lines or you're trying to like, how do you even manage that? Like, just look at the weekly candle this last week, like you were pointing out, Carlos. Like, not only did it gap up, but like that candle just stands alone. It is like, again, by far the biggest candle on the entire chart, having gained almost $200 in a single week
Yeah.
on Micron. Like it's yeah, wow, it was really a crazy week. So we'll see where we go this week.
This
Let the
is
fun
insane.
continue, I
This
guess.
is insane. And yeah, this should be interesting. All right, friends. There you have it. So far, my list: Intel, MU, NVIDIA, and AMD. I am so heavy on semis, but I think that's what's really in play. Our
Mm-hmm.
gapless list didn't really give us a whole lot to look at this morning. We have you guys in here. You guys can let me know if we see something great. Let us know. We'll look at PLTR because being mentioned. Then we'll head over to our website here. PLTR, as far as it goes on at the moment, up five. Nope, that's not PLTR. Hold on. You got it on one chart, but not the other. There we go. PLTR down 2.4, 1.4 million shares trade. So we do got a little bit of action on it. I don't know, man. PLTR has been letting me down lately. It's been really difficult to trade. I'm not liking the way it's been moving. I'm probably going to keep it off this list. I do like here how we're trying to lose this area of support. So that could be interesting, but I don't know. We have space in the secondary. I can throw it there if you guys like, but it hasn't been great, man. For me personally. So put it on a secondary. We can come back and see how that looks. All right, friends, we got to stop here. We got to
Yeah.
head over to bearabletraders.com where you can see what's happening in our community, more information on everything that we do, funded accounts, and everything else as far as trading education goes. But I want to invite you over to our dashboard where it says webinars at the top, and there you can see what's happening for our community throughout the week. Peter's going to let you know what's taking place today.
Yeah, it's Monday, so we get to start another week, all fresh, great, ready to go. Hopefully rested after the weekend, and you can take on the world. And you can start by going to the onboarding class that Carlos hosts every Monday evening. That's for all members. So if you're a Bearable Traders member now, or if you're about to join to become a Bearable Traders member, then you can join this class. Even if you're to join this afternoon, you could still join this class tonight. So it's at 8 p.m. It's in the onboarding room. All member classes get to go, even if you just sign up with an intro offer, which is great. It's a good way to kick the tires. This will help you understand what could you get from your membership. How do you get started in trading? How do you configure your system? And Carlos will happily answer any questions you got. Let alone all the people in that join there that help each other answer questions. You will get a feel for what type of community we're running here, and it is a community. We call it that purposely because it's a group of like-minded individuals who are all interested in growing our skills and improving in our trading over time. And it's always great to be surrounded by other people that want to do the same things you do. It helps. It helps your growth, and it helps with your, frankly, your emotional state, right? And that support that we all need. So hopefully you'll join Bearable Traders as a community, and you'll join the onboarding class as well this evening. So just go to bearabletraders.com. You can find the different membership options right there. Pick the one that's right for you. And hopefully we'll see you at some point soon in the chat room.
All right.
Carlos, we
Thank
got
you, Peter.
11 minutes here till this open. I don't know. I'm excited for this week, but again, uncertain as to what's going to happen. It's
Yeah.
it'll be
Yeah.
fun.
Same here. Friends, let's get some levels and get ready for our market open. We'll put some levels in place here. We'll start with Intel, which is leading the way for us today. So Intel right now is high of the pre-market. We're setting at a 134.95, so slamming level there. Then towards the bottom, our pre-market low just right above our previous day close. And once you do that, you're pretty much set highs and lows for the last two trading days. Are doing an amazing job. And again, this is all-time highs territory, so there's nothing up here. Is it all-time highs? I know Intel's been up higher before. Just want to make sure.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yes,
yeah, yeah,
we
yeah.
did make it
It
to
is.
all-time highs. Yeah.
We did rock here on all-time high. So there it is again. Look at this
Yeah,
monthly.
it was back in
I'm looking at these.
'99. Yeah, see, that was the previous spike that we were trying to beat. Look how low that looks now,
That's
right? Isn't it crazy?
crazy. I mean, I
Yeah.
get it, AI, I get it, but this is out of control, man. Like falling from here is gonna hurt. It's like I
Yeah.
get it, but falling from up here is gonna leave a bruise, a big one. So let's hope that's not the plan for this market situation. Let's hope it's not. Although for us day traders, it'll be it'll be awesome. Like I'm not gonna lie, I don't want that because we've got 401ks and all stuff that we wanted to go up. But if we do have any kind of situation where things go south rapidly, we can benefit pretty nicely. But I don't want that. All right, let's see. Intel, guys, that's all you need here. Highs and lows, all-time highs. I mean, just beautiful there when it comes to Intel. MU, here's the next one we have on deck. A little bit pricier. This actually should be on it's going to be on my secondary. I'm going to move it down. I'm going to do levels first since we have it here already, but I will move this down. I just want to look at it, but 788, man. I mean, what are we trading here? You need a $5 stop. I mean, how many shares I'm taking, right? It's just gonna hog up all the buying power. You gotta give it a wide stop. It's just not ideal. And more importantly for us is the price action. When you start getting to these prices, the price action tends to be a little bit different than it is between that that 150 $300 stock. So 793 is the high of 794.58 is the high of the pre-market. The low is down right at the previous day close, literally a couple of cents away. 746.54. But as you can see here, it's just right on it, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. And then there's nothing else. I mean, it is just all-time highs all the way for MU here, and there's really nothing else to see. On NVIDIA, on the other hand, a little more manageable on the price here. Let's just hope they trade well. They tend to be a little bit choppy at the market open. Hopefully that's not the case today. 294.97 is your pre-market high. Your low is going to be set down at 213.01. And if we look here a little bit closer, just on the bottom of that, we do have an area right around 211.10. I think it's worth noting. And then anything else, I think you're pretty much set above that, all-time highs. Nothing else to mark down on NVIDIA. Good volume, 3.1 million today. So they definitely got the volume this morning. We just need good directional trading on AMD. But just be cautious that you can, as I mentioned, those first couple of minutes are not the cleanest sometimes. Here's AMD. AMD at 450 is the low. 450, 64 is the low of AMD here. The high is going to be set all the way to 471.94. Another one that's just running away from us, guys. Let's get these splits going. We need this thing back down to 150 so we can trade it nicely. Highs and lows of the last two trading days, they're doing a good job. Another one sitting at all-time highs. So there's not many levels to mark down on this one. You do have all the recent levels here. You might actually want to add 490, 429, maybe 430. And I think once you do that, you're set on AMD. All right, that's what I have. Peter, what is our team watching over at the Bearwoods Traders chat room?
Yeah, so I see Andrews joined the chat room. He's back down off the mountain as he survived his ascent over the weekend. And I saw some posts on social media. Once again, he was on top of the world, top of a mountain, able to show us Everest in the background because he wasn't climbing Everest, but
Yeah,
he
I
was
saw
climbing
that.
one of the
Nice.
surrounding mountains there. So, but anyways, he's back at base camp. And trading live from there. But anyways, those that have got their lists in, Andrew himself is going to be watching Qualcomm, Intel, Micron, SMCI, which we haven't really talked about this morning, but always hanging around there and sometimes in play, and mRNA. Kyle is going to be watching SMCI and Intel. Mike is going to be looking at AMD and NVIDIA, and of course, always keeps an eye on the scanners. Jared, who did the engineering of the markets and provided in-depth analysis, is going to be watching Micron, AMD, Qualcomm, and Rocket Lab for this morning. Brian, trading live with Andrew. He's not on the mountain. He's back safely ensconced in his home in Vancouver. He's going to be watching NVIDIA, Intel, ASTS, and MU. So there you go. That's what we've got. For my side, well, I already told you guys I'm going to be watching the semis, of course, AMD, NVIDIA, Intel. I got to keep an eye on those, and Micron. I always keep an eye on Tesla in the morning, and I'm going to look at Circle of Internet, CRCL, Poet, and MRAM. Just to see if it does anything, but I don't think it will.
Yeah.
But I'll keep an eye on it for you guys just in case.
Yep, absolutely. All right, friends. I was looking at some of the pictures from Andrew and his climb. When he had the video's not on because it was a story, but when he did the climb from like this climb, it looks more peaceful. Like the if you look at the Everest climb, it just looks brutal. This is like we're laughing, we're having fun. The other one's like we're surviving. This looks more pleasurable.
Yeah, it's not it's not so high that you can't breathe.
Yeah, this looks more pleasurable and more doable.
Breathing is important.
it is.
Yeah.
The other one is like, are you gonna make it back alive? This looks okay. This looks like a lot of fun here. All right.
Yeah, I don't think there's not the dead bodies littering the path on the way to this peak as there is on the peak to Everest.
Right.
So
I don't mind going
a
couple of 1,000 feet lower, to make sure I don't go to the death zone. We don't need that.
Yeah, exactly.
Anything with a death zone, I'm not trying to walk through it, but there it is.
That's right.
He's doing his thing. Congrats to him on his climb. All right, friends, we're ready. Less than 4 minutes 4 minutes and just a few here to the market open, and we are set to go with our stocks: Intel, MU, NVIDIA, and AMD for me this morning.
It does seem counterintuitive to voluntarily go to somewhere that has, where are you going? I'm going to the death zone.
Yeah, it's just not in my programming.
Like, yeah, that doesn't, that sounds like a relaxing vacation. Yeah, let's go do that.
It's not in the programming, man. It's just not the way.
Not for us.
Built.
Clearly,
exactly.
Andrew is wired differently.
Yes. All right, this looks so good. It almost looks fake, guys. Look at this one here. This is that is just. It almost looks AI. It's how amazing this looks. But that is Andrew's setup there, and you can see that background, just beautiful. All right, waiting for the market to open. Again, we're heavy on semis today, and I did add Circle of Incident to my secondary list, up 5%. This morning, and actually looking pretty interesting. So I did put that on there, and it is looking good. Could be a little bit difficult to trade, could be a little bit wild, so be mindful of that. But I did have that on there. So all right, let's see what the action is. Let's see where we get the volume this morning.
Poet's been moving okay this morning, especially in the last half hour. It's actually got increased volume, and it started to move a little bit more nicely. Nicer? Nicelier? Why is my grammar failing me this morning? Anyway.
Oh, it's too cold for me to click on the mouse. Yeah. Let's keep your hands on the hot cocoa or coffee.
Yeah, you need like one of those hand warmer things you could put over your.
Yes.
Put over your hands.
I used those before in snowboarding. That's actually pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, or the little gloves I picture that you have when you do like snowmobiling or whatever. You put your hands in the mitts that are attached to the handlebars.
Oh, yes. Yep.
Yeah, all heated and everything. You just need he needs like a custom one for his mouse so he can trade.
Nice.
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool, actually. That'd be cool. So, that thing is heated. I never snowmobile before, but that thing is heated in there. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Well,
nice.
The good ones are.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Because I've been biking in cold weather, man, and the one thing that you feel it the most is your hands. Your hands out there in the front, and no matter, I got liners, top of the Castelli gloves, doesn't matter, man. That coat just comes right in. It's it's brutal,
and that's part of the problem too, right? Because you don't want to have gloves that are too thick, because then you can't feel the controls, right? And the last thing you want is to not feel the handlebars or the brakes as well as you want. So
shifting and everything. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I've had that, Carlos, actually, where I've worn thick gloves, and they had a padding on them so that it would give you like the friction you need, right, to theoretically do everything. But the shifters nowadays, because they're all built into the brakes. Well, my gloves would get caught between the shifters, right? Because when you
right,
and then
then
you're all messed up. That's just annoying when you're cold, and then you get that. And anyways, So
Agreed. All right, friends, here it is. 5 seconds to the market open. Get your affairs and orders, and let's
go.
make this day happen. Here is the bell.
Get your
Let's do
affairs
this.
in order. Okay.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Here we go.
It's literally do or die for Carlos here today. He's getting his affairs in order.
That's it. All right, MU doing some stuff. NVIDIA rocking this morning. Oh, look at NVIDIA go there, hitting 214.97. That is your pre-market high.
Tesla just did a pop higher and then right back here to the 422 level. Let's get Atlas going properly.
All right, here it is, friends.
I don't have any trades for the open lined up. I was watching to see what the market is going to do. I sort of like AMD here though. Gotta see what's AMD doing. AMD does look short.
Take a look at Iron. Iron's doing some stuff here, dropping. Spread is nice and tight for that one. 5-10 cents or so. MU spread now has climbed to $1.50 at times, so careful on that thing. It's not really tradable. I think it's just more entertainment purposes for me. Actually, I think I said I was gonna move this down.
Oh, come on. Wow. I took some AMD short, and then it popped down, and then I said, okay, I'm just gonna put my stop at break even aggressively, and good thing I did, because then it just popped higher. This thing is it's still crazy. Like I'm not used to. I can't handle the spread and the move.
Yeah, it's getting
in AMD.
We're gonna have to find better friends. Got to find better friends to trade.
Oh, come on! Look at that! It just dropped like $3 again.
I know.
Oh, my
AMD's
goodness.
doing some stuff.
Where are you going, AMD? What are you doing?
Oh.
Wow, Apple is dropping here this morning.
Yep, NVIDIA hitting the previous day close. Did manage to go above it for a minute there, and then back down. Let's see if it can hold. It's just wrapping stuff around it.
Wow.
And we'll see what
I can't believe I ended up with. Oh my God. I can't believe I ended up with a green trade on that short, because this is AMD is now on its way higher. That is nuts. Okay.
That's a big push up, guys.
Sort of didn't work out, but did work out for me.
Very nice. Wow, look at it go there. Atlas taking off. I mean, sorry, AMD. Looking at Atlas for AMD, but AMD taking off there. And everything looks bullish on AMD, at least for right now. All right. Iron continues lower here. PLTR did lose the VWAP. And look at the rejection on PLTR. In the 5 minute, you can see it nice and clear. Popped up all the way to 136.66, and then look at the drop there below the VWAP and continuing. It's running too far down for a 5 minute ORB. And no pullbacks. Like, it's just not pulling back. Continues. So that's not going to help us get into this.
No.
What are you guys looking at? CRCL? Let's take a look. Yeah. CRCLs. This candle's wild, guys. I opened up at 119.08, and we're down 107. I mean, that is big time moves. Careful on the share size there. So very careful. I don't see a play for me.
There was no signal for that drop. I mean, I had CRCL on the list, but I mean, it's like you said, that's a 10% move almost. Not almost. That is a 10% move, and that's crazy. It's
Yeah, I don't see how to join this one because even now it's very extended from like a 5-minute RB, the VWAP previous day close. Just a lot that I don't have a system for here.
AMD is. I don't know what's going on here.
Uh, if it can bounce off the VWAP, I'll consider for a 5-minute ORB. We do have some motors up there. 468, 75-ish on Atlas.
Oof.
There it is. You're getting the bounce.
Andrew just got stopped out on Intel. He was trying to trade that long, and that did not work out.
Oh, look at Intel get demolished here. AMD. See, this is where it becomes difficult now. So AMD is 465 here. My stop's got to be at 462.80. How many shares? I'm taking very little shares for this thing now. The stop's almost $3, $2.50. So
I don't know. I'm still short biased on AMD.
Yeah. No, I'm not taking it, but I'm just saying, like, if we were to, at this price tag, with the way things is going,
Yeah.
gotta take a lot less shares now. Spread 40 cents to $1 now on AMD. So yeah, so you're short bias on AMD, huh?
I am, but it's but originally the Atlas was showing me that there was a lot of orders to pull it down, but now it's reversed, and I see a bunch of orders at 468.50 of all places.
Yeah, but that's if you zoom out. Like if you zoom in, there's a lot of 463. Like I won't be comfortable taking this long yet.
Yeah.
Oh, look, and it's flipping again now. Like now you see it more towards the bottom,
Yeah.
460,
It's
459. So I think this is one we just probably gotta wait. But look, your short would have worked here, Peter. You're right. Your short would have definitely
I know.
worked nicely here.
Not
an easy trade.
Chicken to actually take it here, but yeah, it would have worked.
NVIDIA, on the other hand, is going higher, bouncing off the previous day close. Just pulling up the Atlas on this one, see what we got. I pulled it up too late, maybe, but a lot of these stocks, they look very bullish on a bigger time frame. Once you zoom in, it's hard to tell on the tighter levels here, but NVIDIA, on the other hand, it does look very bullish even on the tight levels here. So
take the trade. Trade. Oh, come on, AMD.
Is it making you oh yeah, it's gonna make you suffer. Oh, Mike, you took that trade. That's a great trade. I pulled that up too late, man. This is a good trade. I'm not sure how you took it, but I was thinking 5-minute RB, stop loss below the previous day close, because you got that level there. So Mike took that trade. He's partialing on NVIDIA here towards the high of the day. So nice, man. And Atlas does look bullish as well. That's NVIDIA's Atlas there. You can see that does look bullish. Very little order to the downside. So that's all for good pullbacks and a higher move here on NVIDIA for our guy Mike. Mike is going to be on a little bit later this morning, telling us all about his trades. Oh, there,
Andrew's trading a Micron short.
Okay,
he got in short Micron here, looking for this drop. So he's in, it looks like, at about where is he in at? About 804 maybe. 805, something like that.
Nice,
so yeah,
nice.
He's got a good move on it.
I got this working again, so we can update this now. So let's put.
Oh, you did have a stop on. Again, a stop out on, what was he trading earlier? Intel. I think he was trading Intel long, and he got stopped. So
MU805. It's just crazy. I would have saw this. I would have been like, somebody put a typo? 805? No, not a typo. That is the price.
Yeah.
Oh man, Mike,
I know.
great. Oh, great. Did you get out? I just
Wow, look at NVIDIA go.
I
Wow.
know. Oh, it
Interesting.
got Mike out. That
NVIDIA's been
sucks.
going the opposite way. It's
Mm-hmm.
NVIDIA's been doing its own thing, hasn't it? When the market's
Yeah.
been going up, it's been going down. And
Mm-hmm.
now that everything else is sort of faltering, I mean,
Struggling.
they're not really going down heavy, the rest of the
Struggling.
semis, but they're struggling. And NVIDIA's charging higher. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's interesting.
This is a good
It's
trade, man.
it's
This is
pulling
a
an apple.
good trade. Yeah, it is pulling an apple here. See people mentioning Rocket Lab. Let's take a look. Rocket Lab also had a great start here, pulling back a little bit now, but they explode here off the open. Our
Pun
secondary
intended.
list, pun intended. Look at Iron coming back with the engulfing on the 5 minute, getting above the VWAP. Wow, it's a very nice move. Very nice change in directions there. PLTR dip below the VWAP and trying to hold here. Poet coming back, circle of internet, getting a little bit of a pullback right now. A little bit of relief from the sell-off here that it had this morning. But man, what a drastic drop on the CRCL. So let's see what it does. All right, nothing for me yet, guys. Peter did have an AMD trade, small green trade,
Yeah,
or
very,
quick green,
very,
or
very
quick.
quick.
Yeah,
Very quick.
and we're looking to see what's next here. WTF, that's right. Worship the Father. I love messing with people. So we had a guy, for those that don't know, we had a guy that came in and he was like, why are we watching something? And he said, WTF, why you got this stock in your watch list? And you know, me being me, I tell him, what, worship the Father? Why watching MU? Why are you saying worship the Father? What the Father got to do with this? So I'm always looking for ways to make people realize it's not that serious. Relax, calm down, calm down. It's nothing's ever that serious, right? Let's calm down and let's regroup here. But people have bad days. It happens, and I'm here to help you out on your bad day. All right, thoughts on AAOI. Let's take a look. AAOI this morning. What do we got? Up 13%. Man, this is flying. Peter, you talked about this morning or last week? Am I mixing days here?
AOI. Yeah, no, we did talk about it last week
Okay, you did.
at some
Okay,
point. It
yeah,
was
yeah,
maybe Thursday. I don't think it was Friday. Well, maybe it was
yeah.
Friday because I think they had earnings Thursday night, and
Mm,
then we talked about it Friday morning. Yeah.
okay. Here it is. Pushing up nicely, guys. Having a great day right now. 14%, 2.9 million shares traded. Their daily has really gotten much better since March. I don't see a play from me specifically. Who mentioned this? Candy? Was it Candy or somebody else? Oh, no, it was right above Candy.
AMD. Dang it.
Analyzing wisdom. This was me last week with a couple of tickers, man. They just left me behind.
Yeah.
In AMD's.
Yeah. I
See what
should
it
have
does
had.
here.
I did not have the faith after that stop out. It made me a little nervous to go short again. Turns out it would have worked.
Yeah, yeah. Any levels for Tesla on Atlas? Wow, I don't even have Tesla on the list. Let me put this on my watch list here. We didn't talk about Tesla today. Tesla down 1.8 right now. Let's see how Atlas looks on Tesla. One sec. All right, let's let it load up. Frank. Yeah, it should be my title.
Wow.
It looks, I don't know, man. It looks, it's hard to tell. It looks pretty bad. I don't see a big imbalance. It looks more bearish on the bigger time frame, like if you zoom out a little bit, but pretty balanced, short period. Pretty balanced out here. NVIDIA's gone. Yeah, that was a trade. We definitely missed the trade. This was the trade here, and that's a perfect 5-minute RB. You guys see me take this trade so many times. I just didn't pull the chart fast enough to realize what was happening. Level 2, market atlas looked great. Everything looked great. This was the trade to take today, and we we're just not looking at it at the time. So great stuff. Allison, you was in NVIDIA. Oh man, Quasita wants us to suggest something. What do you want to suggest? Movies? What suggestions you want? Because we won't suggest stocks to trade. You got to follow the plan. You got to follow your plan. But
Yes.
uh,
Tesla's coming back to VWAP in case anybody's interested.
yeah, Tesla at the VWAP, which again it is. I don't know, man. It's mixed. It looks more to me. It looks more bearish on the Atlas, but not by a whole lot. Not by a whole lot. So suggest everyone trade in sim. Well, starting out, you should. You should suggest that everybody trades in sim starting out. I lost a lot of money trying to trade directly the markets, so don't do that. With no experience prior to bear with traders and knowing that I actually have to put some time in learning. So yeah, definitely do that. NVIDIA, MU. Yeah, so Tesla's at the VWAP, but I don't think it has the juice to push through it and give us a good setup. So let's see. Things could change. Right now, Market Atlas is not telling me that it's a go. So let's see. Let's see what it does here. Let's see what it does. Yeah, I agree. Suggest stocks. Right. So if you guys have any stocks suggested, we'll look at it. But we don't come here just to trade whatever, guys. Keep in mind that me and Peter, we're trading our trade book. We're not here to tell you what to trade or to have you follow us. That doesn't work. The following game doesn't work. I followed one of the best traders, top 1% retail trader in the world. I followed him for a week. It didn't work. Right. You got to have your own plan. And so that's as simple as that. You gotta be your own trader. And that's important. All right, here it is, guys. NVIDIA. I'm sorry, Tesla actually breaking through. See if we get our view at breakout strategy here. If it does, I'm definitely gonna go take an opportunity on it.
Wow, look at NVIDIA. Look at you.
219.
Go.
Yeah, it's rocking.
Yeah, rocking.
Oh man, Mike, you was in this, huh? Are you guys in it? Is anybody in this trade right now? Mike was in it. Unfortunately, got stopped out from a wick. And hopefully, you guys are in this one.
And one of the things to mention, the other thing that happened is I happened to get a text message about 5 minutes after the market opened, unfortunately, right after I took the AMD trade. And I'll admit, I'm realizing now that it's completely distracted me because it reminded me of a meeting I've got this afternoon. I have to go down and deal with a problem, one of our commercial tenants for a building that we own. And I realize when I have those meetings or I got to deal with tenant and lease issues, it distracts you, right? It gets in the back of your mind. It has nothing to do with trading. It's not happening right now. I don't have to do anything about it for a couple of hours till I have to drive downtown, but it still sits in the back of your head, right? And it can distract you from the job at hand. And you got to be aware of these things so that you don't let it affect your trading and then realize too late, right? And that's hard. Hard to do.
Yeah.
So I'm actually now that I've sort of brought it forward, I said, okay, this is distracting me. I can still trade because I've had time to, I've had years of practice at managing this, but it used to just throw me off for the whole day. But now I've got to trade a little more cautiously and be much more careful.
Yeah, be aware of it.
I choose to take. Yeah. CRWV is moving higher. Right. It had good move higher this morning.
This is it. This is our signal on Tesla. I mean, it's got the pullback. It's got everything.
Tesla.
This is a setup. I just don't think the level 2 is where it needs to be. But this is it. Volume clearly increasing here.
Tesla.
I just don't
bad,
see.
Though, Carlos.
It's not bad.
Up at
no.
420. Well,
yeah.
423. You're right, though. It's pretty.
I would have liked to see a bigger
imbalance.
imbalance
To the top side than the
right.
Yeah. Especially with the 420 level just below you, right? We know that's just a psychological number, even if there's not orders there. That makes it
Yeah.
tough too, I think.
Yeah, 420 is we've seen this stock trade so weird under around 420. I prefer to be just away from it, like either
Mhm.
pretty way above it or way below it. Just don't want to be around it. And we had
Right.
hard times trading this stock around this price range, this level. So yeah, seeing it here now.
Yeah.
I'm glad I did not take this trade. I would have been stopped out probably another
Uh,
15 cents or so, because I would have put my stop right around here, 421. No, actually no, actually where it's at right now, 1521.30. Yep. So glad I didn't take it. It was something that just didn't look great, and maybe it's not ready yet. But this pattern alone looked really good, guys. This push up here. So if you got in here for that strategy, I wouldn't beat myself up either, because I think that would have been that's a great look. It's a great setup, although it's not working right now. I think it would have been a great entry. See, but not level two. I look at level two now, and it's just there's just a clear bearish setup happening here, right? So it's too mixed to join here. So yeah, it's rejecting. It's rejecting. And it'll probably go down lower. All right, AMD. AMD struggling with this to break this 456.28. So if you look at AMD here, struggling to break that just above the previous day close. People are shorting MU. What's going on with MU? Short MU at 775. Oh, yes, very nice. Short MU. So MU is dropping.
And Andrew's still short this. He said he added at VWAP, and his new average is 801, so he was able to survive that pullback.
That is nice.
And yeah, he's taking advantage. I'm not sure if he's still connected. It looks like he might be having some connection issues. So
Yeah.
but that's typical with Andrew. Andrew's like one of the few guys in the world that he can have connection issues, and when he comes back, his trades are always fine.
Yeah.
It's like when I get connection issues and then I come
back to a mess.
It'll have reversed on me.
Like
right?
down
Every time it feels like
down $350. What happened?
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah. It'll be something.
Why can I be up?
Crazy.
350.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Never goes the way I want it. All right.
I'm still upset about AMD. I was there.
Yeah.
And
what is your guys' day job? I'm a homebody, man. I just stay home. I stay home.
This is it.
That's it. I do this with you guys.
This is it. Yeah.
And I do nothing else, man. I just hang, go to the backyard, do some stuff, pick up the kids. It's actually pretty boring. I gotta do more stuff, man. Actually pretty boring. If you think about it, I'm not doing a whole lot. I gotta get more stuff done. That's before the kids get home. Once the kids get home, then forget it. It's just busy. But
it's all kids all the time, eh?
Yeah. Look at AMD here. Drop going red.
Dang it, Carlos.
Yeah, no, that's a big move. Yeah.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda. But anyways, it's here I am.
Yeah. You gotta climb a mountain. Yeah, I don't know if the climbing mountain is for me. Carlos with the CIA.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's for me. And Peter's the FBI. Wow, man. AMD just going red, dropping. NVDA also turning around here. So we're getting a little bit of weakness on all the semis. Andrew's going to have a great day with this one. His entry original at 805, and look at the drop he's getting now.
Yeah.
Just beautiful. Someone asked a question earlier. Can you guys remind me what the perfect float range is for the companies that we're looking for? I don't think there's any perfect range. I think you just got to be careful with the stuff that's under around 40 million, under 50 million.
Yeah.
Just be careful within that range. Anything like 2 million shares flow, that's dangerous. 10 million, that's dangerous. So anything under 30, under 40 usually, you just want to be very cautious. That stuff can trade like a low flow stock, and those could be very, very, very risky, very unpredictable, So other than that, I don't know if I have a sweet spot, but 80 million, 70 million shares flow, 150 million shares flow are great. Massive floats are not great though. Sometimes you have these floats that are massive. Sometimes they don't trade all that well if they don't get volume.
Right.
So that's not gonna work too well. Being busy is overrated. Yeah, Doug James, trades. I believe that. I like the calm life. I do. Um, it's
Being
funny. You
busy is
expect like,
overrated. That's a good statement, actually. You're right.
yeah, it
Being busy
is.
is
It is.
overrated.
It is. Doing less is
Yeah,
needs to
less is
be
more.
less is more. Exactly. Exactly.
Quality over, sometimes we go for quantity all the time, and we think that means so they're busy, they must be happy or living a good life, and you can be busy and miserable.
Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely.
I don't mind
Absolutely.
good quiet, nice quiet week, quiet weekend, quiet, times. It's you gotta balance it. Sometimes it's good to be busy. Sometimes it's just good to say, you know what, I got nothing going on.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Absolutely. MU doing some stuff. NVIDIA at the VWAP. That's just can it go any lower, or are we just gonna start to see the buyers pour in here? Let's look at NVIDIA here on Atlas and see what we have. So no trades yet from me, friends, but man, there's opportunities here. We missed on NVIDIA long. Peter missed an AMD short, and now we're looking at NVIDIA potentially
Yeah.
breaking the VWAP here. So let's see what it does. No, we trade shares. Pinners. Yeah, we trade shares.
Yeah.
There's a couple of people that do options. I know. I believe Mike is doing some of that. Some other people in chat as well. Jared definitely trades options. Andrew does options here and there, but it's not
Right.
his bread and butter. I tried options last year and the year before that. Very little, like one contract at a time, and I just don't understand this well as I would like to start putting reasonable size. Okay, let's see NVIDIA here, guys.
Right.
See what it does. See what it does. As you guys know, I got they did this thing one time where it's like they exercise their option. I'm like, what the heck is this? I woke up to like down $18,000. I'm gonna go short NVIDIA, guys. I'm gonna try short here for a VI breakdown. I was down like $18,000. Like, what the heck is this? How am I down $18,000? I got an email saying somebody exercised the option, and I just didn't understand. I didn't freak out, but I just didn't understand what was happening, and that was just kind of very uncomfortable. Like, did I do something wrong? Did what happened? So at the end of the day, it's all balanced out because I had a it was a butterfly, whatever strategy, and I didn't even understand that well. I did it. I got into this
Butterfly
because
whatever strategy.
yeah,
Clearly, yes.
I got into this because Interactive Brokers has this thing where they have like I forgot what they call it, but you can do it yourself. What do you think is gonna happen with this die? And then they kind of tell you what's gonna happen. So when that happened, I'm like, you know what? Let me not play around with this. I don't know what I'm doing. Let's leave this alone. I didn't lose no money on that because that's just close to the other position. The Wizard, yes, him. The Wizard. That's the name of it. So you know exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm like, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. No, we need to learn more. But it's very powerful. It is very, very powerful if you learn how to do it properly. All right, we're short NVIDIA. Let's see if there's any more juice left. We have dropped down a lot already from the market, from the high session here. High of the day, almost 220.90. So the concern here is that we dropped so much, buyers could start coming in. Stop loss is probably 217.95 ish. Oh, okay. As we're talking, it just keeps dropping. Let's see here. I want to get to at least 216 would be nice. Anywhere close here, so at least we can make this trade worth our while. And then previous day close is just amazing if we get that. But 216 will be incredible. Below 216.50 is acceptable. for like a first partial. Let's just see if we're going to get it. So I'm looking at Atlas too. Atlas does look very balanced though, so it's kind of concerning. Like, this thing could shoot up, and there's orders up there to actually help it go through some of those orders.
Yeah.
So not as comfortable on this trade as I would like to be if we don't drop quickly here. So let's see. And also the concern that we dropped so a little bit already. So let's see if we have any more juice to head lower.
The CMD going green again. Yeah, it's trying.
Yeah. How's NVDA on Atlas? I'm looking at it now. So I'm looking at it now. It's pretty balanced, man. So it is 218. 218 is my stop. It's pretty balanced, I think. So you got a couple of big orders here. 216. You got 215. But you also got this 218 here that's being a pain. So hopefully these guys can go away. And
Go away.
Yeah, go away. Get out of here. And hopefully it starts to build to the downside a little bit more. So, all right, it's going against us here, hitting our VWAP. So StreetR, this is our first trade. So we haven't traded anything. This is our first one here. And above 218, yeah, we're going to get stopped out. So we're here, 218. Waiting to see if we get the drop because we went through all those 218 orders. Go for a couple of more cents. 218, 218. Yeah, we're gonna get out of it. All right, so we're out on NVIDIA. We just couldn't get down to that 216, unfortunately. But we'll see. We'll see if it gets better. Any trades for you? I read that one already. I trade only options. I only do long calls and long puts, no multi-legs. Yeah, that's how I was doing, like the multi-leg thing. But again, using the wizard was pretty easy because you're just picking things. But you got to know what you're doing. You got to know what you're doing to make sure you set them up properly. And again, that just kind of, that exercise thing, whatever, I'm like, yeah, no. I didn't even know that could happen. So that's bad to begin with. NVIDIA, you dog. What are you doing? Oh, man. Look at that. It just went right to... Oh, so I'm going to show you guys the chart. It went right to stop me out. Look at the drop we're getting here. Considering whether we get back in or not. But... I don't know if Atlas is looking all that good for a short now. Now with 218.20, 218.40. Not sure. Not sure. All right, let's see what else we have here. AMD. Tesla. Wow, we got nothing, guys. NVIDIA was the best look that we had was NVIDIA. Circle of internet coming back up. But although volume has died down, this was great here to here. Look at how nice drop. Pushed up nicely now here. It just doesn't have enough volume right now. So if it can get it, that is a great setup there. Let's go to Circle of Internet and see what we got. Oh, that looks horrible. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong ticker. Okay. I'm about to say that looks brutal, but that's not Circle of Internet. That's RCL. I'm missing a letter. There we go. Circle of Internet. That's better. That doesn't look any better. Yeah, doesn't look great. All right, let's see. Meta is setting up. NVIDIA doesn't know what to do. NVIDIA is back and forth. It's putting in a nice pattern above the VWAP, but I don't trust it. Amazon, you're saying? Amazon right now, I mean, the volume is pretty light at the moment. They haven't really done much. Just a lot of sideways action just above the previous day close here. It's not a lot happening. 5.7 million shares traded. So we got something. But I don't have a strategy though. That's the most important thing. Like, what would be the strategy here? Breakdown from the previous day close, reversal. For me, I don't have a strategy that would work for the way Amazon is setting up. NVDA, like it's bouncing off the VWAP here. MU, nothing. Intel, nothing.
AMT popped up here. Sorry, guys. Now I'm dealing with meeting stuff.
Go for it, man. All good, all good. Apple. Let's take a look at Apple. Yeah, it nice VWAP. Nice VWAP breakout here. Textbook, really. I don't know if I would have taken it. But that is a really nice setup there. And you at least got 1R on this thing now, maybe 2. NVIDIA long, you're asking? I don't know. It's hard to read what Atlas is telling us here. Not because of tool, because just the way the orders are laid out. Like it's hard to tell. Let me see what it looks like now. Let's go back to it. All right, now what it looks like. See, now it looks bullish. Now it looks very bullish, like hard bullish. This is yeah. See, now it doesn't look like earlier. Now all the orders, a lot of orders to the upside. I think I might take this, man. I don't want to overtrade it. Overtrade it. That's how little I trade, how many trades I take per day. I'm taking 2 trades. I'm talking about overtrading.
Two trades and you're worried about overtrading.
Dude, I'm overtrading.
How dare you take a second trade? But I get it, because I mean, and your reversed perspective on it, right?
Yeah.
So you don't want to. You got to make sure you're saying, okay, am I knee jerk? Is this a knee jerk reaction just to
right.
because you had a loss on the first one, or does it actually make sense? Right? You got to sort of reevaluate against your criteria.
Yeah, agreed. And I think that this level 2 today, man, the way these orders are lining up, like, it's just weird. We saw with AMD earlier too. That's why we didn't take AMD short or long, because AMD earlier had this level 2 where it's like you couldn't tell who was really in demand here, who's really in control. And you kind of seen that with NVIDIA. Like, you see it more. I mean, there's definitely more bullish. Then you start seeing these orders build up here, 7,000, 6,000. It makes it tough to take this trade. 3 trades are overtrading for me. So same boat. Yeah, I trade very little. I mean, I don't consider 3 trades overtrade. I consider overtrades when there's no plan.
Well,
when there's not a clear plan.
Right. It could be.
That's
it's one of those where 3 trades could be.
Oh yeah.
2 trades could be overtrading if it's not following your plan, like you were just saying.
Right.
So.
Right. 100%. The old me would have been long in this a long time ago. Long time ago. It would have been so long. I was just thinking about all the trade. Oh, by now, Peter? By 10 o'clock?
It would have been so long.
Oh, my goodness. I would have had like 10 trades already. With a green and red, 10 trades. I'm like, it was bad, man. It was bad. Oh. Those days
I've never been that trader.
Thankfully. So. Really? You've never been a hockey?
No, but no. On certain days I have been, but never consistently. It's just there's certain days where I just go crazy. It seems.
No, but
I'm
talking about like the beginning, like when you first started trading. You was not a push the button guy over and over again. No.
Okay. I've been an under trader almost by default ever since I started. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Probably a better.
Too much analysis paralysis for me.
Yeah. It's better to have that problem than the other one. The other one, you could lose a lot of money. Like this one, you won't make money, but the other one you could lose a lot of money. So I'd rather not make money than lose
Yeah.
money. So that's 100%. See, look at
Tesla.
it. NVIDIA's not acting the way that the orders are looking right now for some reason. It just
Mm.
keeps driving lower. I don't know. It's very tough. Very tough to trade. All right, let's look at some stocks you guys are throwing at us. MU right now hit the VIA, but yeah, not doing anything. It's going lower. It's struggling here. And let's see, QCOM. We got to find other tickers. We got to find other stocks. QCOM at the VIA. We'll keep an eye on this one. But I think what's happening too, there's a lot that these stocks are battling with now. They're battling with bubble situation. They're battling with all-time highs. Like it's so much stuff they're
Battling
dealing
with the
with.
bubble.
They're not trading as clean as we would like them because of all the stuff around it, you know? Um
Right.
this might and also high price, like a higher price that we're not really used to trading. So that also takes some effects. A lot going on with these things, man. Um let's see if QCOM can redeem the day and all is forgiven.
Mm.
Yeah, Momo 1K4, I agree. I think Nvidia's just stuck. I think it's just yeah, it's definitely stuck here. It's trying, like it's inching higher, but then it's not pushing away enough to give you a cushion on your entry. So like if you got in here for the breakout, great. But look at the next candle, you're almost back at the start here. So it's already putting you in a tough situation when you gotta make a decision. Are you reversing or are you gonna actually break through? Um QCOM. Mm-mm. Let's see what QCOM does here. So that is the situation. How you guys doing, friends? Any trades? You guys in anything? Friends, if you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. We're sitting as I refresh. Give me a second. Waiting for QCOM to do something here. If it comes back up, it could be a good possible play. It does look bearish. I'm sorry, bullish on Atlas. Orders at 240. So it does look very bullish here. Let's see if we can get the play. So yeah, we're sitting at roughly 243 likes. Would love to be a little bit higher as QCOM does his thing here. I might take a shot on QCOM, guys. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go long QCOM. Stop is at 237.36 is what I'm calculating. So below the VWAP with just a little bit of more room. Let's see if 240 is gonna play out. Here's what Atlas looks like. So I like the fact that we have plenty of orders up here, not much to the downside. And I hope this is a very clear imbalance. We haven't seen a lot of that today with the big names. This is a very clear imbalance to the upside. But the bigger names, man, the level 2 is just too fluctuating right now. It's fluctuating back and forth. So it's becoming a lot more difficult to read. And one time you see a bullish, and the next, like literally minutes later, it flips completely without moving the price. So it's becoming tough as AMD breaks out.
Look at
NVIDIA
wow,
finally broke out.
Tesla did a series of lower highs as it was moving below VWAP here, back to the low of day. In hindsight, it looks easy.
All right, so it looks like QCOM is getting a slight move higher here. Let's see if we can get something.
Getting a move higher here at Qualcomm. Yep. That's good.
Atlas is still looking decent.
Let's go Qualcomm.
242, friends, will definitely take a partial there. Actually, 241. Anything above 241.50, I'm going to partial. We're right there. Atlas is telling us 242 should be getting some action. But 240, yeah, 242, we still got orders up there. So, but anything above 241.50 will be a good partial if we can get it. Intel long. I don't usually like going long below the VWAP. It's usually not my thing. But this could do something. I find this area here, as I mentioned before, this area very tough to trade. As far as strategy, you got your VWAP here. Oh, sorry, I'm not showing you guys. And then you have your law of the day here, right? So this area is hard to take long or short. For me, I don't have a strategy, right? And anywhere you take it, if you're using the VWAP, the risk to reward always seems like a little bit off for me. So I'm watching Q come on the screen here, 241.40. So we're coming back up, so that's good. So I find it's like the dead zone. Be very careful in this area, because if you take it for reversal, if you close the low of the day, then you got a great risk to reward to go to VWAP. If you take it from the VWAP, as a short, then you got a great risk to reward. But here, for me at least, the strategy doesn't work. But again, it all depends on your strategy, right? I'm looking at
Carlos,
this in my
242.
Yep, I see it. Thank you, sir. I definitely see it. Here it is. Partial guys 242. We got a little bit more than what we wanted. We were looking for that 241.50, and we're getting a lot more now, so that's good. So first partial here on QCOM. Let's see if Atlas, it says 242.90 is the next level. We have a lot of orders in. Let's see if we can get up there. Let's go QCOM. All right, let's see if it's gonna hang on here. Spread on this 22 cents, like bounced off from 22 cents, seen as high as 30. Not too bad for $240 stock. Oh man, this can move. This can move. All right, so I'm gonna take another partial here, guys. 243.12. So partial there.
Wow. Okay.
Let's see.
Getting a decent move.
Yeah, no, it's actually playing nice. All right, so let's see if QCOM wants to continue. Level 2 is so messy because it's just not a lot of volume. Like, it's not your AMD, NVDA, right? It's a little bit lesser volume.
Right.
But the level 2 is just so, so messy. Look at this drop. That's not nice. Come on. Go the other way. I'm glad I took that partial up there because things dropped quite a bit here. All right, QCOM doing his thing, friends. We would love to have the day or anywhere near this area. Now, keep in mind, even though that would be like a $7 move, keep in mind we are watching our risk. So we did, we had our risk up to like 237.36 or so, right in this area. So we are watching the number of shares we take on this thing, right? We're not taking 1,000 shares and making $7,000. It's not the way it works. So just be mindful of that. So if you're following these trades, keep in mind that first, you shouldn't follow. You should do your own trading. But if you are, risk management is the most important thing that me and Peter are going to teach you. If you remember anything else from today, remember risk management. Forget everything we said. Doesn't matter. Yeah. Risk management is the number one thing. You're not going to be profitable unless you have that in check. That's just it. No matter what size account, we're trading $5,000 or $5 billion, like our guy Bill Wang. You guys remember Bill Wang? Lost $21 billion. You would think oh, how can he blow up $21 billion? Yeah, you could blow up $21 billion. You can in a matter of days if you don't have good risk management. So, most important thing we're going to teach you guys is that. All right, let's see. He'll be a perfect time for a push, QCOM. Come on. It's like you're primed. Yeah. Get to 244. You got the momentum, the little bit of momentum you have. There it is. Get that candle green. Little push. It's now or later. Hopefully now or never. Could be any of those three. It could be any of those three. But
now
I
or
would like
later or
now.
never.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about
I
now?
would,
Let's
I
just
would
do
like now.
now.
Let's just pick now. It's much easier. Just go, go, go. Come on. I'm going to take a little more off, guys. I'm getting a little impatient. Also, I'm seeing Atlas just kind of do some weird stuff. There's some orders coming up here, 241.60. You know, so I'm just going to take some off. And I'm kind of very glad I did if this is the end of it. You know, so. Stop loss now is at break even. So stop loss before was around 237.50. So right in this area, like see we have like this kind of little bit of support. So it's just a little bit away from the VWAP. But now my hard stop is break even. But to be honest, I don't want to see this go down below 240.50, 241. I want to see it stay above here. The likelihood if you start coming down to this area down here, you're probably going to hit the VWAP and my break even. I'd rather take some off and take a little bit of profit left off from the little bit of shares I have left. And that's actually not that little. I still got a decent size of shares left.
Well, Microsoft's really just been going sideways today. Nothing going on there. I'm not in the chat room.
Thank you, Chris. Rigetti, you know what? Peter T Prime. Someone mentioned Rigetti earlier, and I was tied up with something. I forgot to look at it. And yeah, they've been having an awesome day, an awesome start to their day here. So getting a little bit of regular pullbacks to the 20. That's just normal. Nothing to be concerned about. Yeah, if you're long from early on, but you know, we're starting to get into that reversal time frame soon. So just be mindful of that. All right, here we go. QCOM got the perfect setup again to just push through here.
Came back, which is interesting. So let's see.
Bouncing off the
Carlos,
9.
have you hit the thumbs up?
Shit, I knew that was coming. The minute you ask me like that, I'm like, Peter's gonna ask for hit the thumbs up.
You know, I ask you the same question.
Oh man, I
several
have
times
not,
a week. I'm asking you that same question.
Here we go. I'm doing it right now. Now. Thumbs up. Boom. There it is. Friends, hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. Really appreciate it. It does help us out a ton.
Don't be like Carlos.
Yeah, don't be like me. Don't be like me. All right, here it is. 295 likes. Awesome, friends. This is all I get now, Peter. All I get on my feed is plain stuff, obviously, because I like planes, right? So, and I get fish stuff. You know, I take care of my fish, bacteria, and this and that. I'm trying to make these goldfish survive, and that's all I get. Okay. How to maintain the fish tank.
244, Carlos.
Yep, I'm seeing that. I'm gonna get another partial here, friends. Yep, well, thank you, man. Appreciate the co-piloting.
No, that's what the community's for, right?
Love it, man. Love it. I'm glad I took a partial here. All right, just on the 244. And that looks pretty nice. Mm-hmm. All right. And pulling back again. So we just keep chipping away. Hopefully it continues here, but every time it seems like it wants to just come right back to this VWAP. So look at that. You see that? Like, yeah. Tell me about it. It's a $2 and change right there easily.
It's crazy.
Like, I'm very glad I got that partial. You guys have any strategies for a slow unwind like ELF? Let's take a look at ELF. Let me just make sure we're. What's QCOM doing? Hold on a second. We'll look at it in just a second here. I want to see if QCOM is gonna do something. All right. Party might be over on a QCOM, but Elf, wow, nice, slow and steady. I think you could still trace some of the things we do, like a 5 minute ORB, reversals. It's just you got to manage it different, I believe, when it's this slow. But yeah, down 7% right now, and it's been just slowly grinding lower. I'm trying to look to see what if I would have traded this anyway, but I don't see anything I would have loved on it really. All right, QCOM is coming below that 241, which starts to get me a little bit concerned. Because it can move quite a bit. Yeah, we might take. You know what? I don't want to take everything off, but I will take. I will take some more off. Let me take some more off here into profit. Then the rest will do break even. So let's see if we could survive here. But I took some more off here, and now we don't have left. But I'm still in the trade. So we start getting into 239-ish, 67. We'll take everything off. So, but that was kind of my concern. If it came below 241, the likelihood of hitting my break even, coming back to the re-up is going to be a lot higher. And we're seeing that now. So we took a partial here. Let's see if it can survive. Level 2 doesn't look great. To the upside. So we'll see. Everyone left is in BBT chat room. You guys come. What? What do you mean? What do you mean everyone left the BBT chat room?
It's something going on with the chat room. It seems to be frozen here.
Oh.
I don't know what's
All
going
out.
on. I keep reloading it. I don't know what's happening.
Let's check out what's taking place. All out on QCOM, guys. Man, so happy with these partials, especially this one here. Thanks to Peter, called it out timely. And yeah, all out on QCOM. Great trade. So excellent. Intel feeling the pressure, heading down to 125. Dylan, 2025, thank you for the support, my friend. Appreciate that. MU also heading lower. The SPY must be putting pressure on things, right? Overall market, not by much. It is coming down. All right, so I see. Gotta figure out what happened here. All right, so I see. What took place with this? All right, 1 sec. I'm gonna have Mike joining us in just a second here. I gotta get him on board. Wow, SPY is actually turning around pretty aggressive here. It's the reason why probably a couple of things are dragging lower, including my my QCOM. All right. Any short opportunities, guys?
All right. Trying to get chat room up and running. What's happening?
Okay. Oh, so it is down?
Seems to be. I'm not sure what's going on.
The robots are taking over. It's coming, guys. It is coming.
Yeah.
Robots are going to take over.
Seems like it's coming back here.
Wow. Look at the drop, friends. Where's the party here? Where can we join? AMD, previous day close, loosen it here. Tesla. Anything at VWAP? iRen is at VWAP. That could be a possibility. $8:30 alarms going off.
Okay, got it. Wow. Qualcomm just plummeted
Yeah,
here.
man.
Sorry, well, I wasn't paying attention.
No, yeah. Everything
Wow.
is just lower, man. SPY, a lot of
Heck,
semis.
turned and burned. What is happening?
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Circle of Internet is interesting. At the previous day close, at the VWAP, that could be something. It's a tricky stock, man. It's a tricky stock.
A little trickier, yeah. I don't.
Yeah,
Let's see
it could move a lot though. Like you could take
what is the,
literally, guys. Like you could take 50 shares or less, and depending on what your risk level is, and do very well when the stock can drop. $5. So be mindful of the share size. What I'm trying to tell you.
It's got a lot of stuff sitting on the books, up and down.
Circle of Internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it up here too. Let me see. All right, Mike. Mike has joined us. Good morning, sir. I see your screen, but I don't see your video. So maybe you're not on yet.
No, I haven't heard him yet.
Okay, so maybe he's just running. Maybe he's helping out with this situation.
Yeah.
But we got his screen ready to
be.
go. Okay, we'll be here whenever he's ready. Yeah, the level 2 is messy on Circle of Internet just because of lack of volume, and you got this. It's a little messy all over the place. Intel, look at that. Nice drop. What's going on with MU? It's been messy all day, really. Besides this drop now being caused by the overall market, MU has been really choppy, guys. We had like an initial breakdown here, then just 10 to about a few minutes ago, just sideways, not really much going on. AMD rejecting here and just dropping, going right to the previous day close down to this 450 level that I have. I think it's a daily level or law of the pre-market. 450.57. And what else? I ran this morning. Oh, hey, there you are, Mike. How are you, my friend?
Not too bad.
All right.
Hopefully let me know if you hear like a constant drumming in the background.
Getting some work done?
I don't know. I think there's like a college or high school graduation and they got like their marching band right downstairs.
Actual drums.
Yeah,
like a college marching band.
Yeah, something's going on down there.
All right.
My wife isn't very happy, so.
I bet.
And either am I right now. I came in. What happened? What happened to the market? Why did it drop all of a sudden?
I don't know, man. We should start to get this move
lower.
I
I went to make coffee. This is why you have a stop order in. Now I'm like sitting. Now I'm like, I should have been stopped out, but now it's back above where I had my stop. So now I don't want to stop out yet.
It's wild, man.
Just is dropping it up. And
yeah.
Like,
looking to see if we could join here, but a lot of stuff has just ran. Didn't give us an opportunity to get into anything for the most part.
Yeah, my
I saw your NVIDIA trade.
My NVIDIA trade. Oh, I'm so mad. I can pull that one up. You want to talk about being mad? That one is one that I am extremely mad about.
Yeah,
let me throw it on the 1 minute. So I get in right here on the chart that I trade in had an R3 and R4 level, one of the cam levels. I just don't have it. It makes it too cluttered for YouTube. So I partial and I type in there partial, and by the time I look back, I'm stopped out at break even and the candle's still green. And I'm like, really? You gotta be kidding me. This is BS. And then of course you know what it does. I mean, this thing just ran.
Just takes off,
And
man.
it's just it's definitely finding support here at the all-time high though. This was the all-time high from I guess last week sometime whenever it hit it. So, oh wait, no, it's up here. Sorry. I forgot I switched computers. My daughter's here, so I trade on my laptop in the morning, and then for YouTube, I come and I hop in on the big computer.
Nice.
So, but yeah, that one kind of upset me.
Yeah, well, that's
but
I hate it when those happen, right? But
yep, but
it's part of the game.
That is the part of being a high day trader. You take that partial where you're supposed to at a level of resistance, move the stop to break even, and you hope it keeps going. The ones that get you are when they spike down like that, hit you, and then take off, and you're like, really? You just had to do that, didn't you? But yeah, NVIDIA was a great trade today. Like that was a good one. And now I'm sitting in this MES trade, and I should have been out of this, but I didn't have a stopping because I was like, hey, this thing was looking great here, great. And then I went and made coffee before YouTube, and I come back, I'm like, what happened?
Fell apart.
Yeah. But now I'm above my stop. So I mean I'm very hesitant to get out. So we'll let it go.
Yeah.
I know my wife is not very happy right now because she usually sleeps until 10 o'clock because she stays up till like 1 a.m. And she came out this morning like, what is going on? We're never extending a lease at this place.
It's once a year. Yeah, it'll be gone tomorrow. Well, hopefully it's not. They're not practicing the whole week for the event, you know. But
no,
it'll be fine. It'll be fine tomorrow.
It's just so funny.
Well, then Michael get to know the tunes by heart. Then you know. He could join. He could play the cymbals or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Play something with
the cowbell. So. Ding.
The cowbell. Well, we need more cowbell.
Always need more cowbells. Always need more cowbells.
Oh my goodness!
Could never have enough. Well, we could have enough is more trading. We could have enough for this. And here's John. He took the high of day breakout. So here's John in NVIDIA. He had a little more success than we did. Yeah. So got in, added, partial, added again, stop to break even here. These are his stops as he moves them up. Partial, added, and man, just playing it like a excellent cowbell on tune of a band there. So
see, this is why I don't feel bad. He got in around the exact same time I did. And and he took it. He just didn't get stopped out at break even. So I feel good about it.
Yeah.
So
here's SMCI. This is Kyle. He took a short, partial, added, and then here's some more partials. Probably still in this. Who knows? Depending on how high it's trading. So there it is. Kyle will be on a little bit later. And Robbie, one of our members, went long, very clean, partial NVIDIA. So early. And NVIDIA was the trade of the day, I think. Especially that first push was really clean. Here's another member, Samir, also trading NVIDIA. Got in very early, added, and then partial into strength. This thing moved up to like 218 something. So actually 219 I think was the highest on that stretch. Nope, I take that back. 221 was how high NVIDIA moved on that single breakout. So awesome. Here's another trade now on the opposite end. Salim taking it short here, 219.90. And then a partial around VWAP looks like to me. So excellent trade. You could trade this both ways. Another NVIDIA trade. NVIDIA was the trade today. James, another one of our members, long added and then partially into strength. And look at that. Almost got to that 221. I mean, that's just awesome. So there it is. That's the last one. Thanks, John, for putting this together. I mean, just amazing trades. A lot of them coming from NVIDIA today. And I almost took a 5-minute RV on this thing, but it's just didn't. I didn't pull up the chart fast enough, and that's when I looked over, and Mike, you already were in it, and I'm like, oh, nice. But I missed that entry. Yeah.
I was in it and I was out of it.
It was a quick one.
I'm interested to see how long this trade lasted.
Yeah.
How long can it last, eh?
But other than that, I mean, I still think we're going to trend most of the day today.
Mm-hmm.
I was very surprised at this sharp pullback. I figured there was some news or something. Did you all hear?
Well, we
Was
heard
it
that there's
like-
no agreements that whatever Iran is proposing to the U.S. They found it unacceptable. So they're still with this back and forth. That's why oil spiked up a little bit today on that. Not by much, but a little bit of a spike. So there's just no final agreement yet, but they're talking at least, which is good, because before it was like, we're not talking to them, they're not talking to us, and no, they're actually talking.
So it was algos that reacted to the news through the computer system, dropped the market, and then all the real traders came back in and were like, yeah, we don't care. Like Eamon said in the pre-market today, like traders just don't care anymore. They're like, whatever.
No,
Give me some real news on the Iran war.
They just want to put their money somewhere, man. It's crazy. It's wild. It really is. Someone asked me to pull up market eyes on the queues. I don't think, and Mike, you can speak on this because you worked on this with developers. I don't think that really. Yeah. How would that work? You can't really trade off of this because it's a ETF, right? Or can you? I don't know.
The what?
Say
that again.
For example, if we pull up like an ETF like QQQQs on Market Atlas or the SPY, how is this really tradable the way it would be on a stock? The supply and demand?
Yes.
Okay.
If you ever know it, so there are lots and lots of orders, right, on the QQQ and the SPY and all that, but it's the exact same. It operates the same. That's why if you look at the ES, I kind of have a different color scheme. Because if I use the same color scheme on Market Atlas, because there's so few orders in future contracts that go through, right? Because you're trading one contract, two contracts, three contracts. Right. How they consolidate is much different. So you need kind of a different color scheme. But as far as the ETF and the SPY and all that, it's still pretty much the exact same that's on there, because you're trading what? How many shares are going through the SPY right now? I need the SPY somewhere so I can see. Yeah, I mean, if you look at the SPY on the montage, you're trading 30, 40, 90 lots. It's just like a stock. You just got to anytime you use you have to kind of figure out what the Atlas looks like and then understand from there to be able to read it, right? That's the most important thing on it. Like this 712 here on the QQQ right now, like I would anticipate for sure that we're going to fill those 712 orders, or at least attempt it again. I mean, we saw what at 9:42:30 about a minute ago, it tried to fill it and then went back down, right? Didn't have enough buyers to get through those sellers. So
yeah. Now I was thinking too more of the psychology behind it, right? Because the psychology of the SPY and the Qs is that it follows the underlying orders of companies, right? So it's like who comes first, chicken or the egg type thing. So I was wondering the psychology part of it too. Does it react the way you would think? But I guess it would, right? You got the demand there, it's the same thing, right? You got the demand up there and should go up there.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to.
Because there's people, right? There's people that just are trading the SPY instead of trading NVIDIA or Meta or Microsoft. It's just
that's a good point too, man. You're bringing up a lot of questions I have now. So the SPY itself, right? If I trade it directly, I affect the SPY directly. right? So
Yep.
what percentage of the SPY is actual companies? Like, how is that broken down? Is that somewhere?
So the SPY, yeah, you should be able to break that down. I have to
Well, you
log
can
into
see
Thinkorswim, but there should be
a
I think
breakdown
even
of
Trading
like,
Terminal might have the breakdown
yeah,
on the SPY. They may
of like
have it.
what percentage of companies is affected directly with the SPY, and what percentage is retail traders like us or anybody just trading the SPY directly.
Yeah.
Could be interesting. But yeah, that makes
I
sense
know
now.
they have the breakdown of the SPY.
Yeah.
You need NVIDIA.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll throw NVIDIA Atlas up there for you. There you go. NVIDIA is strong to the top side. Like, I would not in
yeah.
any way, shape, or form be trying to short NVIDIA. It found support, right? It found support at the all-time highs, right?
And it's strangely again
So
going against the rest of the industry right now. If you
Yeah.
look at its chart
Yeah.
compared to almost any other semi, it's it's holding those highs, whereas everything else is sort of, I don't know, midpoint or basically where we open the day.
Yeah.
So
And even with that drop that we got around 10-20 when things started dropping, even there, Nvidia did drop, but not as much as you see the other ones like Tesla,
not as
AMD.
much.
They dived. Nvidia did drop, but not as much. Like, hey, we're not trying to go south. We want to go up. So that's a strong sign. I sometimes see that as.
trying
Questions:
to
which
find
membership
the
comes?
breakdown of this.
I'm sorry, Mike.
I'm trying to find the breakdown of the SPY here in Thinkorswim. I don't really
Yeah.
use Thinkorswim all that much, only for a couple things.
Mm.
But I know it's somewhere here, and it's got the breakdown.
Yeah. So, question here in chat: which membership comes with Atlas? Go to tradingterminal.com. So, tradingterminal.com. There's only one membership there. Actually, there's a membership, and there's just add-ons you could have for that membership. But the one premium membership there gives you Atlas scanners, gives you all the tools that are available there. And then there's add-ons if you want to do a funded account, you can add that on. If you want to do the ES's futures, you can add that on to your Atlas. But that's the membership that covers everything. And it's a lot. For like $99, you're definitely getting your money's worth. You're getting more than Peter's getting in his groceries. That's for sure. When he pays $300 for groceries, you're getting more bang for your buck. Oh boy.
Yeah, here it is. Here you go, Carlos. I know it was in there. Had to go to
Got it.
ChatGPT. Where do
Oh,
I
okay.
find it in Thinkorswim?
Yeah.
So if you
Oh,
look
there it
at
is,
it,
yeah.
right, NVIDIA is 8.24%, Apple 6.9, 4.6. As you kind of break
Okay, so it's
down.
the breakdown, yeah.
So I mean, that's why they call these the Mag 7, right? You got NVIDIA,
Yeah,
Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Google. There's the top 5, and then you got
So-
Tesla and Meta. Those are
Right.
the
So
the
I figured
seven.
that, right, they have the most on there. But then what happens is if these are all dropping down and people are trading individual orders in Atlas, I mean, rare occasion that usually probably doesn't happen. That you might see it where it doesn't make sense, but there's a lot of orders sitting at the ask or something. But if everything else starts dropping down, although you have a lot of orders there, you might not get there. So it's not perfect. Like you can't look at Atlas and say, "Hey, we're getting to," even on NVIDIA, we're getting to 220. It's not a perfect tool. You see in coordination with everything else, but as I'm talking around, I can see NVIDIA just crushing 220, getting right to it.
There's 220.
Yeah, so just keep it in mind. It's a great tool, but it's not the be all and all, right?
222 is definitely in its range, I think, today.
Oh yeah, it's
because this sell-off, it looks like came right with that market news, and the market has basically said, "Okay, yeah, we're done."
Yeah.
We don't really care about that, right? We really don't care what happened there, so we're gonna come back and we're gonna go
taking control.
We'll see though. We'll see how it goes. We like it.
Yeah, no, we do.
A nice Monday morning. Good push in the morning. Good kind of wake you up call mid morning, and now we'll see what we do for the rest of the day. So
AMD seems to be doing some stuff here at the View app.
yep. So we're gonna get this. I think I'll sit in this futures trade I got. Somehow survived by stupidity.
Somehow
by
survived.
stupidity. Making a cup of
Nice.
coffee is why I survived. So we'll see how that turns out in the end.
Yeah. Good. Nice
See?
when it works out. Nice when it works out.
Yeah, sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't.
I'm telling you, man, when I was looking at these weekly charts, like I have not looked at a weekly chart, I'll be honest, in like ever. You know, we're so zoomed into the 5 minute, 1 minute, and just doing our thing when the bell rings. I'm looking through them, man. Like MU, Intel. This is just. I see why people now are like, this is concerning. You look at AMD, like, you know, it's wild, man. I see why people, you know, because when you hear all these analysts talking on Bloomberg, I'm like, relax, but you start seeing the bigger picture, you're like, yeah, this is not normal. QCOM, this is not normal. Like, this is crazy. So I get their concern.
So the thing I like to bring up, right? Here's my little kind of chart that we talk about kind of every day. And today it highlighted a trend day. And I definitely think, other than this little blip that we had, right? We are definitely trending for the day. So,
yeah. And when you say trending, you're saying trending upwards, right? Trending.
Yeah, trend. Yeah, this would be a upward trend.
Yeah, bullish trend.
But it works for a downward trend as well. It just all depends on what way we're trending, right? So, so we're going there, and whenever you get that VWAP pullback, I mean, if you think about it, if we look at the 5 minute right on here, nice pullback to VWAP, and we just all the way back up. So
nice.
It's nice. Breakouts also work well in it, or a break and retest. But definitely watch for all you contrarians that like to trade like Peter.
Oh, that's me.
Be careful with your reversals. So make sure you got clear indication today that we're at the top. So
yeah, I feel that. Well, I mean, again, for me, everything's like mid-range except for NVIDIA. And like you said, Mike, you got to be careful on when something's bucking the market trend. Don't assume it's suddenly going to fall in line. So wow, look at this thing. It's deciding. You know what?
Yeah, what do you want?
I was going to ask the same thing. Question. I was going to ask the same to Corey. I was going to ask you the same thing. Like, Mike, where is this spreadsheet and where do our members get it? Because it looks very fancy, man. I'm like, is there a course? What's going on here?
So what I will tell you is this weekend I was really sick. After Saturday, yesterday, for Mother's Day, I was fighting just to enjoy Mother's Day with my wife. So I didn't get the recordings I wanted done this weekend. So I'm going to do a couple of recordings. I actually have an entire course on this complicated, really looks like a complicated worksheet, but it's not. It's super easy once you kind of have watch a 30-minute presentation. You're like, oh, this is all I got to do. Plug. It takes less than 2.5 minutes, and it calculates all this stuff for you. And the more you do it day in and day out, right, the more that you're like, oh, I know this. I don't have to reference anything. So it just gets quicker and quicker and quicker. So I am going to do a presentation on this, record a webinar for our BBT members. It'll be in the advanced course under a new tab with futures. And we'll go through each one of these sections that are highlighted in red and how you calculate and figure those out step by step. And I have a slide that gives you step-by-step instructions to do it. And then all this is auto-calculated. So it just auto-calculates for you.
Nice.
So that's what I have. But before I
Awesome.
did that presentation, I wanted to make sure that it actually works, right? Like it actually produces stuff.
Yeah.
And to tell you the truth, it absolutely has, right? Like me and Jared, I even went to Jared, right? Like when I came up with it and I used ChatGPT and I was like, okay, Jared, I need your big brain on this. Tell me if this stuff makes sense, if it's like in line with what you believe should be correct. He's like, yeah, like it all makes sense. And there were a couple ones he's like, I'm not sure about that. So we did some more research on it. We're like, yeah, that makes sense. So we kept it in there.
Nice.
So yeah.
Nice.
Can't argue it. Can't fight it.
Don't fight it.
So I do not fight it.
Every company has to have a Jared. Every company has a Jared.
Oh,
You're not doing well. You gotta have a Jared. You gotta have a big brain.
If you can't find the Jared, you're going bankrupt.
You're in trouble. You're in trouble.
Yep. You're in trouble. You gotta verify stuff.
They have a Jared. GameStop has a couple of Jareds. I'm telling you, I love the way this dinosaur company still survives. It's awesome. So gotta have a couple of Jareds. All right, awesome.
Yes, you do.
Awesome.
Interesting.
So you mentioned Mother's Day. We were talking Mother's Day earlier. Carlos, I don't know if you still have the slides around, but there was an interesting data point that came out in time for Mother's Day that I thought was interesting. For the first time in history, the birth rate in the U.S. for women over 40
I don't have that slide.
is higher.
I saw it earlier, but I don't have it. Yeah, but go ahead.
You don't have it? Oh, anyways, they crossed over. So for the first time in history, the newly released data shows that the birth rate for women over 40 is higher than for teenagers. And I don't know.
Wow.
Nobody quite knows what that means. I was reading the analysis on. They're like, well, I guess it means we've got better health. But it also means a changing of perspectives and attitudes from the youth, right? Like we like to make fun of the youth and say they don't care about anything in that. However, there's certainly been a trend towards people having kids later and then delaying the stuff. Like normally you get married, you have kids, you buy a house, you do a car. All of that is being delayed. Some of it they're saying it's economic, but some of it is also just perceptions and values, right? I want to do the things I want to do, and those, yes, they include children, but not yet. Let me enjoy life while I can, and it's an interesting perspective. Anyways,
as somebody who had kids and did not experience life as a younger adult, partying and going to the bars, I can tell you one thing. It's just my perspective. You need to do it the other way around if that's the case. Like being able to get your kids out of the way when you're young and skip over your partying and go to the bars when you're broke. Trust me, when you have money and you've retired and you can go and do things you want to do, it is way, way, way better. And when your kids are roughly 20, when you're in your late 40s, you can still do things with them, and it is awesome. Right? Like I go out with my son and we go to games and we can have a beer and we can go to the bars and you know, it's fun. And my daughter's about ready to turn 21 in a couple years and I'm still active. If you have a kid at 40, think about how old you're going to be when they go to college.
It's rough.
Well, no, so
you're going to be 58. Like that is rough.
Well, and it raises larger societal concerns too, right? Is this more about the people are seeing themselves as individuals and they're a little more selfish rather than looking to raise families and communities. What does it mean? I mean, for long term, especially with the views on immigration and that changing as well. I don't know. Like, I don't know if there's a right or wrong answer, but it's certainly signaling a change. And it's not short term. Again, if you look at that graph, this has been sort of coming for a long time. It's not like in the last 2 years it suddenly changed. It's been a slow trend towards this. So, anyways.
And I don't understand how young people can go out and party anyways. I mean, it's like $18 for a mocktail. Not even an alcoholic drink, a mocktail.
It's can't afford it. Now between 15 and 19, I'm okay with this. I'm okay. 15, 19, I think it's young, right? Graduate college, but don't wait too long. Don't wait. But this stat's actually pretty good. I think it's healthy not to have kids so early on, but yeah, I'm with you, Mike. The earlier the better, man. Well, the earlier the better.
Well, I mean, I did the same, so I only have that perspective as well, right? I mean, I was 21 when we had our.
And I will tell you, it sucked when I was 22, 23, 24, and all my friends are out there partying. Yep. Somebody needs to mute their mic.
Hey, guys.
Whoa, who's that?
I think that was Kyle.
That's Kyle saying hi.
All right, Kyle, you gotta take care of that, man.
Kyle, you gotta put your mic on mute, and you gotta use headphones, man. Headphones.
It's the new guy.
It's not difficult.
There it is. Kyle, just wave. We got you on the big screen. Just wave. Just wave. No, now we can't hear you.
These things are like $20, Kyle. Go get some headphones.
Oh, we're giving the new guy. We're giving the new guy a lot of crap. I love it.
I know we're giving the new guy a hard time. But...
Oh, we're giving the new guy.
See, there you go again, Kyle.
Stop. Kyle.
Oh, here we go again. Oh my.
Kyle, you got to figure out. Are you in control? Kyle?
You got to use headphones. You have to use headphones.
I agree with Mike. You see these?
You got to use headphones. There's no way around it. You have to use headphones.
It makes it very nice, very nice. Makes it very clear. Friends, we're going to let you go and leave you with Kyle, who has an echo that we are thinking you got to figure out, and our good buddy, Eamon. Take care, guys. Hit that thumbs up if you haven't done so already. We'll see you again here tomorrow. But again, great morning, great trading, and it looks like things are continuing to have a lot more fun. I'm just gonna keep looking at these weekly charts and just getting scared. I'm just like going through charts now, a weekly, like what is happening? Right? I didn't realize until today. Me and Peter were looking at it this morning. We're like, you're right. This is not normal. Like NVDA, AMD, this is crazy. Yeah. So we'll see. All right, guys, take care. See you later.
Take care, everybody.
Oh God. And YouTube, how are you guys doing today? Kyle, you're back.
I'm back. I'm here.
Okay.
I got it figured out.
Well, I guess you just wanted to kick the whole gang out and then fix it all, right? That was the plan.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, YouTube, how are you doing today? Yeah, we'll go through NVIDIA. Honestly, this is a normal rally. And
Eamon,
Peter, Carlos, and I...
Reshare your screen again.
Of course.
I think Zoom likes you to do double work, I guess.
I'll do that. So yeah, guys, NVIDIA, Peter, Carlos, and I talked about it during the pre-market. They have earnings next week, and this is a typical price action for a tech stock that is all hyped, a stock that people have a lot of expectations on. It usually has a good rally. So I expect this week to have a good rally on NVIDIA until earnings come out. Pattern-wise, I don't think I would have caught this one. It's not exactly my trade book. I mean, the 60-minute chart was not that bad, to be fair, but I don't think I would have been able to catch this thing. So it is what it is. Today was not the easiest day for me, to be fair. I did not take any trades at the open. I was going through multiple stocks. I was waiting for my entry criteria. And to be fair, a lot of stocks that I was watching actually did exactly what I expected them to do. I was looking for some sort of short play on MU, and it ended up actually selling off. I was looking for a long on Mara, which also worked out like a charm. And I was watching for a long on Apple, which also ended up working out nicely. But none of them gave me the setup that I was looking for to jump into the trade. So this is just one of these days where You know where the market is headed. You see it going, and you just sit and watch. You just sit and watch how it's all going without you calculating the money that was missed. And you're like, okay, man, not my day. But the day is just starting. I think Kyle had a good day. Kyle, did you have a good day?
I had a great day. Yeah, I was on SMC. I was 2 for 2. I shared my trades with you if you want to pull them up, or we can go over them after. No rush.
Yeah, we'll get through these trades. First of all, let's take a look at the runners for today. I think one of the best runners for today was NVDA. Andrew made a lot of money on it. A lot of traders ended up trading it. And like we said, this is a classic price action for a stock before the earnings. The weekly chart on NVIDIA is amazing. To be fair, guys, it has a lot of room to go higher. This is the Monday, beginning of the weekly candlestick, breaking all-time high. I think 240, 250 could be hit before the end of the week. Sorry about that. So like I was saying, 230, 240 could be hit before the end of the week. Daily chart wise, for today we're overstretched, but nothing is going to stop it out from going higher. Tomorrow, I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye on NVIDIA for a long. The 60-minute chart was my ideal setup for a long. I love it when we have a mini consolidation during the pre-market before the open, but I did not like the 5-minute chart much. Was not the was not the best or the most clean type of price action during the pre-market. It was a bit of a really wide of a range, and even though it gave us a nice breakout at the open, there were still a lot of levels ahead of us, and that was the main reason why I avoided it. If you ended up playing it, then no regrets. I think it's still a good play overall. So well done for whoever caught it. I think CRCL, they're also having earnings today or tomorrow, I forgot, but probably within these 2 days. And similar thing, not the most boring stock out there, not the highest hyped stock out there, but still good expectations, and you can see that it's having some sort of a clean price action intraday, which is totally normal as well, right? Earnings today, right, Kyle, on
Yeah,
CRCL? Yep.
you bet.
Exactly. So this is what's making it in play. The Qs and the SPY. Remember how last week we had it a bit differently? This was Friday's price action. Look at the SPY and look at the Qs. Qs on Friday made a huge run, while the SPY ended up doing nothing. The SPY was kind of stuck sideways. Today it's the other way around. SPY is nicely trending to the upside, while the Qs are stuck sideways. Eventually they mirror each other, but sometimes one is lagging behind the other. Overall, I'm slightly short biased than long biased, at least on the Qs, because we had a really big move, but almost nothing as a pullback. These ones usually end up being a trap. So I want to see the Qs breaking maybe this consolidation, and then I'm going to be looking for a short play. SPY looks really strong. It has a lot to catch up with since Friday, so I think it's going to still be a good one, at least for the rest of the day. ATR wise, it still has a lot of room, all the way up to 742. So I think that's just small summary of what we've had during the day and what could happen for the rest of it. Let's take a look at what Cal did. Cal, did you send me your trade? Do you want me to share it?
Yeah, I can share it. I'll send it to you.
Mhm.
I did a 1 minute opening range breakout on SMCI. I'll send it to you in Telegram right now.
Thank you. So Cal played SMCI. You breakout, right?
Breakout, yeah, you bet. I really love pre-market when it throws a hammer candle in under moving averages like that on the 1 minute chart. That's
Yes.
usually a pretty good sign for me to jump in. Just give me 2 seconds here. I'm just gonna send this to you. I think John also sent it. Let me see here.
Oh yeah, it's probably going to be in the BBT chat. Pre-market short rates, right?
I'm gonna send you two. Yeah. So I took this trade both ways. There we go. Okay, I just sent you both.
Okay, thank you.
So yes,
and
I
see.
did a on my DAS account. I did a 1 minute opening range breakout. Very, very bullish on Market Atlas. So I was all out at 35, just above the high of the day. That was a really good trade for me. That was on my personal account. 10% partials all the way up. Added once, stop loss break even, and then on the funded account, I actually took it the other way. So what I found out with a lot of these semiconductor stocks, especially SMCI, they do a lot of fake breakouts on a 5 minute ORB. And I caught that short and I rolled that all the way back down to 34.80. And I added a couple times in it as well. And it was just a great trade. It just kept working with me. The spies and the Qs were selling off at the same time. And yeah, a couple ads, couple partials. And yeah, it was a great day. I was 2 for 2 today.
Well, that was not bad. I mean, really well done.
Thank you.
So, like I was saying, for me, it's nothing so far. So I'm going to be looking for a trade. It's not going to be a long day for me. I'll probably be trading for 1 hour with you guys here on YouTube, then maybe 30 minutes during the afternoon in the chat room. If we find trading opportunity within this hour and a half, it's going to be perfect. So let's see if we can catch something here. I can see people calling out Tesla. Well, that's a beast. That's a really beast. Not a bad one. Was selling off during the pre-market, hammered, and it's squeezing all the way to the previous day close. Good job for whoever caught it. Yes, 428, maybe previous day close. Totally realistic targets. Not something to catch at the moment, obviously. Already ran a lot, but worth keeping an eye on it for sure.
Have a look at IONQ. What a move this had today as well. I wish I had this on my watch list. There's so many semiconductors in play right now. IONQ, wow. Like that was
And you
it's up
never know which one is going to run, right? You never know
it,
which one is going to run.
even like all these semis, IONQ, RGTI, SMCI, and then
Mm-hmm.
they all just had such a great morning. I know Trump's very bullish on Intel, right?
Because the US got acquired like 10% of it, right?
Right. Yeah, about a
So
month
they'll
ago.
definitely be pushing this one. But Intel, I knew it's headed to 100 the moment the earnings came out, but 130 is too much. But it's looking at it right now, 150 is just not that far. It's probably going to be headed there. But it's too much. Nobody is going to jump into it investing at this price. It doesn't
No,
mean that it's not going to go higher, but it's one of the best stocks for day trading for sure.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, by the way, some people were wondering what about some people were wondering about the SpaceX IPO, and I know lots of traders are actually looking to load into SpaceX. I think one of the traders that I know is loading slightly on NASA instead of SpaceX because once it gets released, if it gets some momentum, it would get the sector to push higher, which is not a bad idea overall. Not going to do that. It wasn't.
SpaceX IPO is June 30th. Wow.
A lot of people are actually waiting for it. A lot are waiting for it. That's going to be interesting.
Targeted evaluation of 1.75 trillion. Wow.
Imagine an IPO at 1.75 trillion.
My Lord. Good for him. Yeah, you know what? Good for you, Elon.
Yep. So Wolf, let's see. Uh, I don't know. Not a bad setup intraday. Bit too late at the moment. Some people are talking about TXYZ, DXYZ. Makes sense. Yeah, makes total sense. Huge, crazy.
DXYZ. Okay.
Destiny Tech.
You were trading in peak capital this morning, so you didn't make any trades?
We were looking at a lot of things. Yeah, I was trading with Peak Capital members this morning, but there was nothing that set up. Just from the pre-market, I even mentioned it in the chat. There is nothing that was set according to my trade book for the stock selection. But then as the market opened, we started having some trading opportunities. MU setup, Apple setup, um, Mara setup, and I was just looking for an entry. We knew where it's headed. We called the direction, but no entry at all. Unfortunately, this happens. To be fair, The last month and a half was the most active trading month for me. I usually do not trade every single day. Usually I take 2 to 3 trading days a week. 1 or 2 days I usually find nothing to trade. But for the last month and a half, with everything being active, I was taking trades almost every single day. 2, 3 trades almost every single day. It's not the case for me most of the time. So
Wow. It's a volatile month.
it's been volatile, full of opportunities. Tesla passed for 30. That's huge. Nice.
What
Good
about a
job for
short on
whoever traded
NVIDIA?
Tesla.
Uh, NVIDIA looks pretty good. Let's see, 3 bars, 30 minute. Let's see.
Okay, so the queues are setting up for a short finally.
Right.
I'll place an alert up here and see what's going to happen if the queues make it back to the high of the day. Let's take a look at the SPY. Nice reversal. NVDA is pulling back, but Tesla doesn't care about any of that.
Tesla beats to its own drum, hey? It doesn't, it just does what it wants.
It's been dead for a few weeks. Now it's finally getting in play, which is amazing.
Yeah.
I love trading Tesla. Usually, this is one of the hyped stocks. And once it starts moving, it has a lot of follow through.
Hmm.
I think one of my highest percent win rate strategies were played on Tesla. I mean, I have a lot of Tesla. If I just open my recent trades, which are here, we've had, yeah, I have a lot of Tesla actually. I have like a lot of Tesla in my recent trades.
Wow.
And you can see, guys, when it runs, like this is May 8th. When it runs, it usually runs. This was unfortunately a loser, but it also was a nice runner. This was another one, which unfortunately was a loser, but wasn't bad. This was a good reversal play, also on Tesla. And that's the thing about Tesla, you see? Usually when it's in play, and when I pick it on my list, it gives a really good follow through. So I think Tesla, 2 out of 2, is one of the best stocks for me to trade. It usually gives beautiful, clean moves. And when it runs, it runs. I love trading Tesla. Tesla is probably one of the best stocks to trade. You see, I mean, it's clean. It gives you beautiful V reversals. And the best thing, it has follow through. Like you see, it has follow through when it trades. Whether it's long, whether it's a short setup, this thing has a lot of follow through. It's not choppy. That's why I love trading Tesla.
I trade a lot of, well, in this funded account, I trade a lot of TSLL. And the, like you say, the follow through is brilliant. Like if you can get in at on a proper time,
Mm-hmm.
give you a $3, $4 move. It's great.
Exactly. It doesn't just chop. It's not giving you a lot of fake liquidity grabs. It doesn't give a lot of choppy price action. It's clean. It's clean.
Holy, was there any news on Tesla?
I actually did not pay attention to that, guys. For those who are trading Tesla, any news on it? Why is it tripping higher?
No news. The doji that Tesla just threw at the top there, that's bearish, right?
That's a good pullback. It will probably give us a good pullback on the 1 minute chart, at least past 429.80-ish before the continuation. Who
Right.
knows? I usually don't go for V reversals after 11 o'clock. After 11 o'clock, I need to see a double top.
Okay.
Tesla to end Model S and Model X production as it converts line to build robots. Oh, that makes sense. Remember during one of the pre-market show, we talked about this. Tesla has a lot of plans about the robot taxi, about its robots, but it's a lot of noise. Nothing is just done. But the moment it gets that into play, the moment there is some progress, at least like first edition release, this thing is going to go maybe even to 1,000. But these type of news, it's just a statement. And we've heard that so many times. How many times did Elon announce the robot taxi, the what's it called? What's called this robot? I forgot.
Optimus.
Optimus, right? Yeah, Optimus. How many times did he announce that? And how many times did Tesla run on these news? We're getting now the exact same thing. So far, there are no actual results to verify these claims. It's not that they're not putting in the work or they are totally ignoring it. They're definitely working on it. But so far, there was nothing that actually could support this move.
I think they're around 30,000 US, the Optimus robot. And Paris put a down payment on one, he said in the chat room the other day.
Good luck with that.
That's what I said. Oh my Lord. He wants it to fold its laundry and make him breakfast. I said, okay, well, good
You know
luck
what's
to you.
going to happen, Kyle? They'll release the first edition costing $30,000. Give it half a year, and China is going to release something similar that costs 3 times less.
Of course. Buy it
They're
on
just
that.
going to they're literally going to reverse engineer it and release something that's cheaper, 3 times more, but almost with the same quality.
You can buy it on AliExpress or Alibaba.
You'll do that. And guys, don't underestimate China. A lot of people just think that Chinese production is horrible. In China, you can literally find everything from high quality to low quality. So it depends on what you're looking for. But if it's Chinese, it's cheap.
Did you see the marathon? I think it was a Chinese robot that ran the marathon. It was the fastest marathon
Yes.
ever. And it was like unbelievable. And you try and knock them over, they just catch themselves. Like it's gonna be scary in the next 15 to 20 years, you know?
I mean, imagine where we're headed. Soon we're going to be watching robots playing football instead of actual teams.
Yeah. Half robot, half human.
Yep.
So Tesla pulled back exactly like you said. Now it's shooting back up. Wow. 433 now. Unbelievable.
That's it. You don't want to rush a V reversal after 11 o'clock. It needs to pull back. It will give us a reversal, but give it some time probably.
Question for you. On Tesla, the volume bar that's black. What does that indicate?
The what?
The volume, if you go down,
Oh,
yeah,
I see, I see. It's basically a doji. Red
it's just
candlestick, red volume bar, white candlestick, white volume bar, doji that closes exactly at the open, white volume, black volume bar. But to be honest, it means nothing, right? It
okay.
doesn't matter whether the volume bar is red, black, or green. It shows you how many shares were transacted per minute. The color is really irrelevant. Some people
Okay.
just put all the volume bars white or all of them red. I have these different colors for me to just be able to link where exactly did we have this volume. If I have it all in white, it will be difficult to tell whether this volume bar is going for this candlestick or this volume bar is going for this candlestick. But by
Right.
having it, for example, black, I can tell that okay, this volume bar is going for this. Like 2, 3 candlesticks later, it's this one. That's why I have it colored.
Because all mine are the same. Like mine turned gray, but yours was black. I was just wondering what that was. Okay, no,
Oh,
that's great. Thanks.
I mean, can you show NVDA on Atlas? Yes. Let's see NVDA. Definitely more bullish than bearish. Looking at Atlas. Yeah, I think this is it. Trying to set up for a pullback now, but it's difficult to go for reversals on the 1 minute chart at this time of the day.
What was the update on the weekend with the wars?
Oh,
Um,
we had more fire exchange between Iran and USA. I think the United States bombed a couple of oil tankers for Iran, which is not helping oil prices. But still, both parties are saying that they are still keeping the ceasefire. think both parties don't want this to escalate, and both of them don't know how to end it.
Yeah.
Obviously, the US doesn't want to withdraw on losing terms, and at the same time, Iran doesn't want to just end this thing without any consequences and without any benefits for it, right? So both parties claiming to have won this war, which is interesting. So we'll see how long it's going to last.
That must be why silver's up 6% today. It's back up to $77. Wow.
I think gold wasn't bad, or what was it? Yeah, the gold is also on a squeeze.
Do you ever trade silver and gold like commodities or not so much?
To be fair, I found that gold and silver are trading better during the European session for
Mm.
future rather than stocks.
Hmm.
Gold and silver are actually volatile during that session, but I do not trade them.
Yeah, me neither. I want to keep on. Eamon, can you explain AXTI price action and why it's moving up so fast?
Well, to be honest, I have no idea. I don't see any good continuation pattern on it on the weekly chart. In fact, I'll be waiting for a pullback before I touch it. Same thing on the daily chart. This thing is overstretched. Big candlesticks, way more than the average true range. Same thing on the 60-minute chart. For intraday, it had three candlesticks, so it needs to pull back before going higher. If you want to wait for a reversal setup, then that's valid. Probably we'll need to wait for the 12 p.m. session to start before we start looking for a reversal. Not the easiest. There are better stocks to analyze where it's easy to tell what's going to happen.
Hmm.
SOXL is doing the exact same thing as the Qs. Someone is asking, yeah, Ben calls, you're asking about SOXL. It's doing the exact same thing as the Qs, and so far it looks like we're going to break. And look at the difference in price action. First, we made a huge move up, then we had a huge move down, then a huge move up, huge move down, huge move up. And for the first time in a while, we're not selling off. We're holding. We're getting both back up at a higher price. That's a sign. It's a sign that this consolidation area is going to be broken. Are we going to break this? I don't know, but this one is going to be broken for sure.
The candle on SOXL on the 30-minute chart, is that an entry point for you? So at like 10:15, that big doji.
On which stock?
On SOXL on the 30-minute chart.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I would have been short bias on it. I'm looking at so Excel. I would have said that this is a big move, which is a move from A to B. That's a small pullback that I call a fake ABCD. Then it breaks and fails, breaks and fails the second time in a row. So what I would have been looking is around a $185 area zone for a short. The moment
okay.
it goes to 185, I would have been looking for a short, which is somewhere around here. Which she did not work because that's trapping now all the shorts. That was probably a mistake. And like I said, it's going to break this consolidation area along with the cues. It is going to break this for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
So see, we are breaking it now.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know whether we are going to break this area or not. Today, the Qs are doing the exact same thing that the SPY did on Friday. It's not going to have a huge follow through. It's probably going to break and struggle instantly.
Let's see.
Tesla
Check.
passed its ATR, but no reversal signals at all. Still bullish.
Mhm.
You were saying?
Oh, I'm just trying to find something. I just can't really find anything.
I agree with you. Not a
It's a little
good
bit late
trading
for me,
session.
but I still like the double tops around these time and these B reversals off the three red candles like you talk about. They're so rare. It's so hard to actually find them, you know? And
They take so much time before they set up, which is
yeah,
unfortunate.
yeah. But
But
when
when
they
they
do,
set up, they have good follow
they
through.
break,
Exactly. The win rate is really good on them.
right? What's Tesla
So
at now? 435.
remember, it was like at 420 something, 10 or 15 minutes ago. So there it is. See, guys, this is what we're saying. Qs are definitely breaking this level. And I was talking about this before. Knowing where the market is headed doesn't necessarily mean that you need to be in it. Most of the callouts that we make with Kyle during these afternoon sessions, they do exactly what we tell they are going to do. But it doesn't mean that you need to be in every single position. You need to make sure that you know where it's headed. Plus, it gives you your trade book. These small moves, by the way, are a lot of money on futures.
Hmm. You don't trade futures, do you?
They don't suit my personality. For futures, you will need to focus on 4 hour chart, probably 30 or 15-minute chart, and then 5 and 1. I start usually with the daily, then the 60 and the 5. With futures, it's just a few names that are in play, mostly NASDAQ, ES, which are usually doing the exact same thing, then gold and oil. For stocks, you have a lot of names that you keep an eye on: Tesla, AMD, Apple, NVDA, right? There are a lot of names that you can trade. So opportunities on stocks are more than they are on futures. So the moves that you're going to be looking for on futures are smaller than the moves on stocks. Maybe with more opportunities if you focus on smaller time frames, but it will cause me to overtrade. And my style of trading is not suitable for futures, at least for now.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what we were talking about. You see, it's breaking and it's instantly struggling. And I told you this thing is going to break probably, but I don't expect a huge follow through on it. It's going to do the exact same thing as the SPY did on Friday. It's going to just chop around today.
Comes up to R1, gives it a breaks through it, rejects right away. Do you use cam pivot points at all, or not really? Like Camarilla blocks?
No, I prefer to use the levels that I see in front of me.
Yeah.
Uh, I used I used to use them back in time, and sometimes it looks like magic that it hit it to the penny before reversing. But then you zoom out a bit more, and you see that this cam pivot point is coinciding with the horizontal level that you see on the chart.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, they're calculated in a way to identify these zones or these levels to match actual levels. And if you are good at drawing accurate levels, then you don't really need cam levels. But if, for example, a beginner trader who is struggling to find levels where they draw every single where they make every single bounce they see as a level, then yeah, I mean, maybe in this particular case, you might want to use cam pivots. So you see
Mm-hmm.
how it literally just wicked up and dropped. This is why I said it is definitely going to break this area, but it's probably not going to continue past this area.
And that's yesterday's or Friday's high
This is today's high. This is today's
or
high.
today's high.
It's just
Sorry.
that we formed a mini consolidation area below the high of the day. And this is where traders get trapped. They see that we're breaking a mini consolidation area and they're like, oh, there it is. Now we're going to finally break the high of the day and trend and do the exact same thing as the SPY is doing. But it's not going to do that. Uh, this is where people get killed. On days where the Qs and the SPY are doing totally different things, one is so strong, the second one is doing nothing, and they're like, it's going to still be strong, and I'm going to be smarter than everybody else. I'm going to get a good entry before the move happens, and then I'm going to catch a runner with an early entry, and they just keep getting destroyed on these things because
Oh,
today is not a trending day for the Qs.
no. So this would just be profit taking on Tesla here at the top, I'd imagine.
Yeah, small partials. It's not going to go straight up, right? Gives a small spike and a small pullback. And here it's a lot of algos trading. Algos are benefiting on one candlestick up, candlestick down, candlestick up, candlestick down. Uh, Remember that, guys, that 75%, maybe even 85% of market volume is controlled by algos. So you will get like 10% of these 28 million shares traded by by retail traders.
What are your thoughts on everything that's going on with semiconductors?
I don't know. These things are a little over. It makes sense why they're on fire. We're getting into a new era where AI is a big deal, right? Where AI is doing a lot of things that human beings are doing, where it's replacing people, where it needs a lot of capacity. Uh, and there is a lot of flow of money into these things. That's why we're getting these big runs on anything that's tech related at the moment.
It's just the gift that keeps giving. I have to look
Exactly.
at them. I know there's semiconductors and everything, smartphones, GPUs, etc., but just they just came out of nowhere. Like they've been around, obviously, but like now it's becoming more mainstream. And like Carlos always says, when your friends start talking about them, you know it's getting a bit bigger, right? And
Mhm.
it's just so interesting how small they are and how powerful they can be. It's amazing, really. Frank, I was never in Tesla. I never jumped at it, unfortunately. With my account being a little smaller, I do trade TSLL. Um, but I didn't jump in that with you. It's a good call out, though. You were right, 425 at or no, you said 435, sorry. Great call out.
Svetlana, you're welcome. Yeah, it's better to just use the $100 subscription on Dash Trader and reinvest the rest of the money into trading terminal. Save you a lot.
You mirrored TSLL long in a cash account, so that went well. Yeah, congrats. Yeah, Tesla is the gift that keeps giving today. There's no doubt about it. And it's good. I mean, there's no stopping this. Like, where's the next level here? Let's go 15. Let's go to the daily chart here. 30. I mean, 440 looks good. Look at that. Last
You have 440, after that 450. And I'm not going to be surprised if this thing goes to 450 today.
the last 15 minutes, 4.4 million shares traded. Wow. Honestly, I don't really trade Tesla a lot. I've been trading so many semiconductors like Intel and like RGTI and SMCI have been so good to me the last like 2 weeks, but I should trade Tesla a little bit more. It is the most heavily traded retail stock. Is that correct?
There is a lot of hype around Tesla. Whenever Tesla is in play, whenever Elon says something, this thing just starts ringing.
Shoot.
I love trading Tesla. I love trading Tesla when there is something. I don't trade it every day, obviously, because you're not going to find an A plus setup every day. But I think
Hmm.
for the next few days, it's going to be interesting. Tomorrow, I'm going to watch it. Definitely going to watch it tomorrow. Probably for the rest of the week. Now that we cleared multi-week levels, we're going to get back in play.
Like the 5 minute chart's so beautiful. Just higher highs. Look at that. Every five
And
minutes. Huh.
yeah, it's one of these rare moments where you get like stock running without any single 5 minute pullback. I have this three candlestick rule: one, two, three. After that, you do not enter because there could be a pullback. This one did not do that. And these are all actually the moments where people get destroyed. They see that, okay, this thing ran a lot. So probably some other stock that I'm watching can do that. And then they start jumping on the fourth or the fifth candlestick and they also keep getting destroyed. Remember that these type of moves, they happen rarely. And if it happens rarely, you do not want to expect it to happen anytime soon. This is why I'm okay at missing moves like this every now and then,
Yeah.
but keep making money on my other strategies that are slowly but consistently making me money in the long run.
So for you to get a reversal on this, you look for a double top.
This one I probably wait for somewhere around 1 p.m. Double top is not going to be enough because in the hourly chart it still has room to go higher. I don't see any single weakness. I expect it to close on the hourly chart without having any wicks on top. It will probably have any follow through, more follow through. Maybe double top after 12 p.m. if it keeps going to 445. Will Gamal on all the time frames, 5 minute chart, 1 minute chart, hourly chart. I want to make sure that I get in the beginning of the move on literally all the time frames.
That's in your trade book. So if you take one on the 1 minute chart, it has to be three candles, three red candles.
Uh, no, I'll show you now a good example of what I am talking about. Usually, when I get any trade, it needs to be in the beginning of the move on all the time frame out there. For example, If you guys take a look at these daily chart, we broke the consolidation area on Tesla. That's candlestick 1. This is 2. So I'm playing it within candlestick 2 on the daily chart. 1, right? The breakout area. And then 2. So I'm playing it within candlestick 2 on the daily chart. Then we go to the 60-minute chart. I mean, you could see that during the pre-market, there was some sort of a consolidation around here. Unfortunately, I did not screenshot the pre-market. But I'm literally playing it within 1 on the hourly chart and within 1 and 2 on the 15-minute chart. 3 is basically when you start looking in profits. Then we go to the 5-minute chart. See? This is literally the beginning of the move. This is candlestick 1, this is candlestick 2, and I'm playing it around here. You could have played it around here. That would have been 2, right? 1, 2, 3, pull back, 1, 2. So that would have also been a good entry. It would have been within 2 on the 5-minute chart, still within 2 on the daily and within 2 on the hourly. And then on the 1-minute chart, you see, within 1 or within 2. I'm not going to play it, for example, around here, which is 3 and 4. I need to wait for a pullback. And the pullback on the 1-minute chart would make this 2, and that would be basically here, 1 on the 5-minute chart, which is still within 1 or 2 on the daily and the 60. That's what I'm looking for. Beginning of the move on all the time frames. Same thing goes for reversals. When I play a reversal, it needs to be in the beginning of the move. For example, I'm playing it here on the hourly chart within 1, 1, 1. So it could, sorry. So it could still give me an hourly candlestick, which is 2 and 3. Playing it within 1. Same thing on the 5-minute chart. See, it dropped to the downside, just bounced, and I'm playing it within 1 to the long side on the 5-minute chart. And same thing on the 1-minute chart. See, it's going to the upside, pulling back. That's 1. That's 1. So I'm usually just trying to catch get my entry within the beginning of the move on all the time frames. That helps you survive the pullbacks, rather than playing it somewhere mid move or end move where you'll need to hold through a big pullback or a big loss.
Got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. So, what do we have, guys? Tesla still going higher. NVDA still nothing. Q's still going higher. Are you going to the? Yes, I am. If I find something. Just don't see anything. Tesla is overstretched. Q's are setting up for a break of the high of the day. Apple do not qualify because on the 15-minute chart they're on the third. And on the 5-minute chart they're also on the third. You see, it's a style that takes so much time to set. You need all the time frames to be aligned. And because of that, you'll be missing a lot of trades. A lot of stocks will just be going without me, but I don't care about that. I just need 1 or 2 good opportunities per week. Not per day, literally per week.
And that just comes with experience, right? Like you've got to a point where you're so patient because you know your system works, right? Because you get stopped out, but then your runners will go 5, 6R and you'll make up those losses over time, right?
Exactly.
Do you feel a lot of new traders just do like break and retest, like opening range breakouts and like 'cause that's an easy strategy, right? To learn.
They do that, but it's not an easy strategy to learn. They
Right. I
think
mean,
that it's
yeah.
an easy strategy to learn because it's like a candlestick open and then they just play open range breakout or open range breakdown. It seems that it's textbook rules where you pick a stock with catalyst using the gappers list or the stocks that we pick during the pre-market. You wait for something around view up, you wait for a new high or a new low, and then you just simply play the trade and you scalp it out. That's what most of the traders are doing. But open range breakouts are not the easiest trade strategy. It's not the easiest strategy to trade because there is a lot behind the scenes that's going on. The thing about open range breakouts, especially for beginner traders, is that it gives them a lot of hope because one day it works nicely, second day it doesn't work, third day it works, and over the long run it gives them somewhere around break even. And then they feel that, okay, I'm so close to finding the consistency. 1 minute open range breakout is definitely the strategy that I want to focus on. And then just months pass by and they're stuck around break even trading open range breakouts because, like I said, there is a lot happening behind the scenes. While playing setups like reversals, which are high percentage win rate strategy, but they're complex strategies. They take a lot of time to learn. When beginner traders start to trade them, they lose a lot. It's not 50-50. It's a loss after a loss after a loss after a loss, and they're like, no, reversal is not mine. I probably want to trade the open range breakouts. But eventually the result is bad with the reversals, and the result is bad with breakouts, but it gives them more hope to trading breakouts because at least they're not losing a lot of money on it.
Mhm.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I think I still agree with the fact that yeah, open range breakouts are probably one of the most beginner friendly strategies, but you need to dig deeper into it. Reversals are good for those who can't trade the open. Work, maybe taking children to school or whatever it is, or those who cannot tolerate losses, or those who are patient or can't just react to the market noise at the open. Okay, the market seems like it's dropping, which
Chris.
sounds like you're dating life, Chris.
Yeah.
That's unlucky.
That is unlucky.
Sitting around break even there.
Hey, at least you're still playing. Uh, let's see here. I still don't see anything here. There you go, Tesla 440.
I'll be looking for a reversal on Tesla around 450. I'll just ignore it for now. This thing is on fire.
Oh, you're gonna wait till 450 for a reversal?
I'm not going to be surprised if this thing goes to 450.
Wow.
Doesn't mean that it will. It'll probably chop. It'll give it. It'll definitely form a trap. People are looking for a reversal on this thing, and they've been destroyed on it. So it's going to give them some hope, and it's still going to break the high of the day. This is not the end on it.
Hey, what else here?
Yes, oil is popping up. Um,
No news today? This afternoon? No, I think so.
yeah, it's slow afternoon probably.
Go to trading terminal. Doesn't look like it.
All right, I'll be back in a minute, okay?
Yep.
Just a minute, and I will be back. Take it. Lead the show.
Are you guys still, Frank, are you still in Tesla or you're out? Intel, let's have a look here. Frank, you're, oh, okay. You didn't jump back in. Good man. Intel, let's have a look here. What are you looking for on Intel? Long? Dump your OXL shares on the bag holders. Who is this guy? Seems like a bot. SOXL. Scalp NVDA, 2-minute goal. IO and key looks a little toppy. I wouldn't mind taking a quick stab at that. 60-minute chart looks really good. DITA. If you want to break like a rocket. Ugh. I wish I had INQ on my. Oh my God, look at that. It's the cleanest 5-minute opening range breakout as well. And then it just never turned back. If I would have gotten it with my normal share size, I would have had a great day. Wow. I'm planning to register on trading terminal, start a simulator, but I have a 9 to 5. Can I do it in the evening? I'm planning to register trading terminal, start simulator. Yeah, you can use the simulator anytime. Like you're referring to the replay simulator? The replay simulator inside trading terminal is by far one of my favorite features for building your trade book. Yeah, you bet. And I recommend doing that. Like That's prime time to build your trade book. Print them off, screenshot them, and just build yourself your trade book. Someone called out. Yeah, you
Wait,
bet.
I am back.
Someone called out IONQ multiple times. Yeah, I was on an SMCI, but that's okay. I was 2 for 2 today. It's a good day. What'd you do for
It's
Mother's Day?
me?
You're married. You're married, right?
No. So,
Oh, I thought you were married.
you see.
So trading terminal is $100, DAS is $100, and the funded account is 300.
You don't need a DAS for $100, Momo. You get trading terminal for 99, which is basically the monthly subscription. And then you get funded account for 299. It's one-time payment. And that's it. You just need to keep the trading terminal subscription active. You don't need Dash Trader. Tesla, for the first time in a while, we have two reversal candlesticks in a row. That's something that we did not have in a long time. So this thing is going to give us a deeper pullback than it did before. Not a reversal yet, but it's going to give us a deeper pullback. Mm. And we're having some orders below us, which is a good sign. 438. 438 is definitely going to be grabbed.
Who's this Dita? Dump your
I don't know.
SOX.
I don't know. I just put him on timeout just in case.
Yeah, put him in a timeout. Yeah. The funded account is 50K. Yeah, yes, the funded account is 50,000. $12,500 with a $2,000 drawdown, but you trade with $50,000. That's correct.
Maddie, no, you cannot combine tape reading with parabolic reversals at the same time. You see, tape reading skill, in my opinion, I mean, it's not even a must to be a good tape reader to trade anything. Why is that? It's good to, if you are good at reading this tick. Because if you see it ticking down, 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 and then it stops, like it ticks down but it holds, that means that bids are holding. Same thing to the upside. If it goes up and then it holds, it means asks are holding. So if the price holds for a few minutes, it means that there are a lot of transactions that are going through the asks and ask is holding, or a lot of transactions if it goes to the downside around the bids which are holding. But it doesn't necessarily mean that the reversal is going to work. You need the technical pattern more than reading the tape. For trend continuations, it's different. Trend continuations, the tape could be helpful. So you can combine my multiple time frame analysis for trend continuations and pinpoints with tape reading, but not reversals with tape reading. So we did grab the 438. Like I said, it is a deeper pullback, but it's not ready for a reversal yet.
If you drop down on Tesla to the 2 minute chart, do you feel this is going to come down and hit the 20? Or it won't
Sorry,
drop
can you
to,
repeat it?
if you go to the 2 minute chart on Tesla, do you ever
Yes.
trade on the 2 minute
Sorry, there
chart?
is nothing to repeat.
No, I do not trade
Oh.
on the 2 minute. Nothing wrong about that. It's just that the 2 minute ATR is bigger than the 1 minute ATR. So if I trade on the 2 minute charts, my stop losses are going to be bigger and the risk to reward is smaller. That's why I prefer to keep the 1 minute chart rather than the two. But the
Got it.
2 minute chart 9 moving average at the moment is the same as the 9 moving average, sorry, the 20 moving average on the 2 minute chart usually coincides with the 9 moving average on the 5 minute chart. This is why it's powerful. Trend trading moving averages, for those who went through the ABCD pattern webinar that I mentioned, usually work around the 9 on the 5. Whether it's on the daily, whether it is on the 60, it doesn't really matter what it is. The 9 moving average usually acts as a magic for trend continuation on stocks that are actually strong. So going for Tesla right now, if this thing goes to the 20 moving average, you're asking, can it hold? Can it bounce from here? Yes, this is a good moving average to play the 920 strategy that Brian is doing. But
Mhm.
you could also come out to the exact same conclusion using the 9 moving average on the 5 minute chart with timing the entry on the 1 minute chart, which is a smaller candlestick. So you'll have the exact same conclusion, but with a better risk to reward ratio,
Love that.
right?
Yeah, great. So on
I
Tesla right
mean,
now, on the 5 minute chart, on Tesla on the 5 minute, if it comes down to the 9, would you look for a reversal there, or that's too far down?
trend continuation or a short play?
Short.
No, it's too far down. It's definitely too far down. And like we said,
Okay.
we don't want to go for a V reversal. We'll probably wait for at least a 15-minute reversal candlestick. I probably want to see a new high first. Before I look for a reversal on Tesla, I want to see a new high of the day. And since I want to see a new high of the day, you can actually go for a small scalp to the long side because that could happen. So you can see what you can keep an eye on this zone around here, which is a buy zone. Look for a scalp continuation play, target the break of the high of the day, and then start looking for a short play.
Great. I don't miss. Chris, you're short NVIDIA? Let's have a look here. Oh, let us know how that goes. If it quickly enough moves double top on Tesla, I'd say short. Yeah. NVIDIA could be setting up here for a double top, but that's not in my trade book. How can we keep listening to you all day? It's a paid chat room or a channel?
I mean, all day, I doubt that. I'll get to his voice. But yes, there is a chat room at Verbal Traders. You can join it. I usually continue the session there from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. You can also watch Andrew trade live in the chat room, www.verbaltraders.com. And guys, for those who still did not get the book, if you want to learn more about reading price action, how to align multiple time frames together, a bit more advanced trading strategies, check the book Complete Guide to Multiple Time Frame Analysis and Reading Price Action. I mean, so far, and I'm totally happy about it, not even a single negative review. Thank you. For those who did not make a review, I would appreciate if you put it after you finish reading it. But this book is literally a summary for 10 years of trading. I think I'm literally the only moderator at Verbal Traders who has done one-on-one mentorships for members, and I'm literally the only one who mentored over 300 traders. So I'm totally familiar with most of the mistakes that beginner traders are doing. It's usually common. A few mistakes are totally common. And I try to summarize most of these mistakes and most of the things that could help you fix these mistakes in one single book. And out of 300 traders, of all the people that I work with, 45% are consistently profitable. Unfortunately, not 100%. It's not magic. You cannot help everyone because it's two-way thing. In one way, I do my best teaching people. The other way, people do their best following this information. But this number, which is 45%, shows you that there is a difference because it's usually 1 or 2% of traders making it to consistency. Pushing it to 45 means that the system is actually working. And if you want to learn the system, give the book a go. It's not that expensive. It's literally only $99. It's a Kindle version. It's not about making the money, but you'll see that it's going to decrease your learning curve by a lot.
I think you're behind Andrew now is the second best book, aren't you?
Every now and then it goes there.
Oh, does it? Oh,
Every now and then.
congratulations. Great.
Thank you.
The bell rang.
Thank you, Kanye. I really appreciate it.
Okay,
So
let's
let's,
let's
yeah, the
see.
Qs are breaking the high of the day. Tesla is still pulling back. Like I said, if you're looking for a long, don't try to go for a V long, V long, V long. Keep an eye on these buy zone. The moment it bottoms around here, you could go for a small move to the upside if that happens. If not, then wait a bit longer. Um, Unfortunately, nothing set up, but probably Tesla is going to be one to keep an eye on for a reversal. Maybe IONQ, but it's too strong. I have no idea. I mean, so far I don't like anything to trade. I'll probably keep analyzing stuff during the chat room session, and if I find something, I'm going to trade it. Do you like anything at the moment, Kyle?
I don't. No, I'm not. I'm not going to take any more trades today. I was going to say I've got about 5 or 6 emails from viewers on YouTube. I'll get back to you guys today, and thank you for all the support. I'm getting a lot of kind messages, so I appreciate you guys, and I'm still learning myself. So be patient and buy Eamon's book.
Thank you, Kyle. Guys, if you have any questions for me and Kyle, please feel free to email us. My email is ayman@bearbletraders.com. Kyle's is kyle@bearbletraders.com. Don't hesitate to ask any questions. We'll be looking forward to seeing you in the chat room. Have a good rest of the day, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, guys.
Yep. Cheers, guys. Have a great rest of your day.